I want to see your reaction before I open mine. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I mean, it tastes like a Welch's Grape energy drink.
Yeah?
Yeah. Welcome to Me Wrestling. Welch's Grape.
We're going to...
Ghost Welch's Grape.
A Sipsky. Yeah, a little artificial.
But it's not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Now I got to sip on my own. You've had this, the Hawaiian Punch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quite delicious.
I mean, this is 0 sugar, so like that's...
Yeah.
It contains no fruit juice, so I don't know how they got to taste like grapes.
Good for them.
But it tastes like kind of like if you were licking a grape's butthole.
You know what I don't?
It's like a little. It's got like a. It's like a little bit of a metallic taste in the back end, a little tinny.
Well, tinny.
Yeah.
All right, player.
Welcome to We Need Wrestling, the 300th episode.
Happy 300.
I was gonna make the joke, like all good comic book people would make, that after this we're renumbering to number 1.
Oh, are we?
We're not.
Are we rebooting?
No.
Okay.
We're
Who's going to write our story?
Yeah, we're celebrating the 300th episode, much like the great 300th anniversary issues of Days Gone Past, like Amazing Spider-Man, which I think, was that the gold cover with Venom, or was that 350th? I don't remember. But no, I am going to start putting it out everywhere, that like episode numbers now. That was always my plan.
Okay. Because
I didn't really do that ever, but now I'm going to start putting the number at the front of it.
We hit 300?
We hit 300. We made it.
All right.
We made it.
Looks like we made it.
I don't know if we're going to make it to 350, but...
I don't see why not.
But we made it 300. You don't see why not.
Wow.
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 Yep. But...
I almost got really loud in the microphone.
Almost.
Blow your ears out, you dick.
Yep. But thank you, everybody, for listening for these 300 episodes. If there's anyone out there that did, that would be hilarious to me. We have a bunch of questions. I put a call out, so we got a big fair amount of questions for tonight. So we're gonna do that, and it's gonna be a regular show because we're not fools, and there's some really good wrestling going on this week or this weekend.
Really
so,
was.
So we got to talk about all that. But pal, I'm gonna give you the floor because it's been a few days. Super Bowl Sunday has come and gone.
Has it?
And I'm just gonna sit back, buddy. I don't often do that. I think I talk too much on the show the way it is, but I'm gonna sit back and you go ahead. Congratulations to your birds, and the floor is yours.
Yeah. So Super Bowl 59 has come and gone. The Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl champions of the National Football League, after a score of 40-22.
Should have been 6.
At one point, it was 40-6. World champs. Listen, they played the Kansas City Chiefs. I try to be respectful. I try not to hurt anyone's feelings. I try to be nice. You got your fucking shit rocked. Okay? You don't know what hit you. You got absolutely curb stomped. You got every bone in your body broken. It wasn't close. Not even a little bit.
Got them mercy points at the end.
Pat Mahomes was fucking shook like a little boy.
Yeah.
He pissed all over himself on the biggest stage there was. And listen, I've been watching a lot of highlights this week,
as one does.
And the Chiefs are very looking at their mic'd up. I watched, and they're very focused on let's make history. We're just out here to make history. We're here. We got this. Let's find a way to win. On the other sideline, things were said such as, let's go out there and fucking dominate. And what happened, DJ?
I mean, they got fucking dominated, man.
They got humbled.
Yep.
In the words of Kendrick Lamar, bitch, sit down.
Oof.
Be humble.
There you go.
Again, no disrespect. I recognize the Kansas City Chiefs. Kudos on all your accomplishments. Mm-hmm. Totally understand that. But Jalen Hurts is a different fucking animal. As he said, that shit from 2 years ago changed my soul. He went out there and showed he is QB1. Congrats. I understand you shut down Saquon Barkley. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why you'd still play man coverage against A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, I have no fucking idea.
Because they had to load the box.
But that's what you want. Hey, it's what you wanted. I get. Pat Mahomes picking himself up off the ground minimum 6 times, more than that.
Mm-hmm.
We call that a shellacking.
And then his dad goes to fight John Rocker.
That's insane, by the way.
John Rocker looking like he never quit the steroids.
Well, that's true.
Allegedly.
You were up against the ropes, just taking body shot after body shot after body shot, and you didn't have an answer.
You were immediately up against the ropes.
Yeah. It was the first drive with that 4th down bullshit call on A.J. Brown. Because guess what? Philly's going to the end zone on that drive.
Mm-hmm.
Casey had 1 first down the whole first half, and it was their first play. And then you didn't see the Eagles side of the field until late in the 3rd quarter. Again, I respect Kansas City.
You picked the wrong day to have the worst game.
You absolutely got annihilated. And I couldn't be happier. You want to go and check some stats and see where this Philadelphia Eagles team ranks. Everybody talked about Nick Sirianni, and he's a big dumb dipshit. Super Bowl coach, winner. Jalen Hurts, he can't play quarterback. Oh, and as Jalen said, just because we don't doesn't mean that we can't. And look what happened. He tore you the fuck up. That defense made Pat see ghosts. This feels good.
How they did that, again, this is a wrestling podcast, but how they did that to Mahomes. Like
Cooper DeJean.
They almost set they 1 sack away from setting the Super Bowl record on sacks without running a blitz package once in the game.
They didn't blitz that motherfucker once.
It's crazy football. Shout out Vic Fangio from Dunmore, Pennsylvania.
My uncle was going nuts when they said Dunmore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So just a quick little, stat. If you don't believe me how dominant they were.
I believe you.
They had the bye week 5. At that point, they're 2-2. The rest of the year, the Eagles go 16-1 with a plus 238 point margin and a plus 28 turnover margin. They've won 9 games by double digits, including 5 games by 20-plus points. You beat the Chiefs, you beat the Ravens, the Rams twice, Washington twice. Would have been a 3rd, but hey, I get it. You had your celebration. Congrats. You beat Kenny Pickett. Okay, whatever. Kenny Pickett, Super Bowl winning quarterback, by the way. We were beating playoff teams. Green Bay, we beat them twice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
How do you feel if you're Carson Wentz?
Listen, Carson, I respect him for 2017.
I respect you, Booker Man.
For the year that he gave until he got his knees blown out.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nick Foles, Nicky fucking franchise. Love you to death. But you had to watch your backup quarterback and then the guy who usurped you win Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
That's gotta fucking suck. Yeah, I feel good. I'm not gonna. It still is very surreal to me in the way that it went down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, did that actually happen?
Yeah.
And then hearing like the Eagles players saying, "Yeah, all week we knew we were gonna blow them out."
Yeah.
Like we knew what was gonna happen.
It's crazy because a Giants fan here. Eli still has the most passing yards in a playoff run, but anyway. But he didn't get in the Hall of Fame. But anyway, it's crazy to watch that game because like it was a dominant performance.
Yeah.
But it was still Mahomes and the Chiefs, so like everyone was hesitant to be like this is shut down because at any moment like
Chiefs magic was going to happen.
It could have happened, and it can happen anytime. Mahomes is that kind of player. But the tools around him don't have that. That magic's got. Travis Kelce ain't got that magic anymore.
No.
He's spending all his magic in that pretty blonde he's with, and salute.
Travis Kelce seems very checked out.
He played arguably the worst game I've ever seen a starting tight end play.
Yeah.
I think he was bad enough in that Super Bowl that it tarnishes his legacy a little.
Well, and that's what people are saying about Mahomes.
Yeah. Well, Mahomes got years left on him.
Well, they look at it, and again, I'm not one to write Pat off, but they look at the 2 Super Bowls that he lost and that he was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Like they go, Brady was never that bad in a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Again, I don't want to twist knives. I don't, but you know, I saw a clip of somebody down in Philadelphia, and I'll just let them do the talking.
Right.
And this will sum up the way that I feel.
Fuck Kermit! Fuck Travis! Fuck Taylor Swift! Nobody likes us and we don't fucking care! E-I-G-L-E-S! Eagles!
That kid is 9 years old.
Yeah. That man is literally...
That child.
Yeah, that child is 8 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that, and it made me very happy.
Also, I don't know if you saw this. Again, Giants fan here. Plaxico Burress is selling the Super Bowl ring.
Wow.
From the catch at the end. Like,
Sucks for him.
yeah.
Sucks for him.
But
Anyway, go Birds.
go Birds.
Enjoy that shit kicking,
Yep.
because I'll enjoy it forever.
I get it.
Oh, man.
I swear to God, I still sometimes just run back the helmet catch and the Manningham catch
You'll never forget
in
it.
my brain, and I just smile. I'm like, I'll never experience that kind of joy ever again.
I got the Philly special.
You know?
Think about it all the time.
I understand this is a wrestling podcast. It's the last football thing we're going to talk about, I promise. But you understand, we're in Pennsylvania. We're 2 hours from Philly. Brett is die hard with this shit.
Yeah. I almost went to the parade.
Do you think you would have won the Super Bowl with Foles if Wentz was still healthy and playing?
You mean if we would have won it with Wentz?
Yeah, would you want it with Wentz?
No.
I don't think so either.
Because you could not have played a better game than Nick Foles did that
Wentz
game.
didn't have that dog in him.
No.
You couldn't do the Philly special with Wentz. You don't have that dog in him.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, that was Nick Foles.
Yeah,
That
right.
was
I thought the same thing.
That was meant to be.
Yep.
This was also meant to be.
You know?
That,
And
dude, do you know how many times I've watched that strip sack
it's crazy.
of Milton Williams knocking the ball out and Jalen
Yeah.
Carter just fucking mushing Mahomes right in his shit?
Yeah.
I've watched it so many. And that Cooper DeJean pick six.
Yep.
On his birthday, 22 years old, first fucking pick of the year that he had. I don't know about you. I'm feeling 22. What a wonderful world this is. Feels good.
Yeah. And I love Spags. That's, as a Giants fan.
Respect to Pat Mahomes.
All time.
I do respect
Mahomes,
him.
But Spagnuolo, one of the best defensive coaches you're ever going to see.
No doubt. Respect him.
Over-indexed on Saquon. They didn't think the passing game could do it.
He had one singular goal. And again, I watched the mic'd up, and dude, Philly was up 24-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
And Saquon's on the sideline just saying, don't look at the scoreboard. Don't fall for it.
Yeah.
He goes, keep that shit level. Keep it level. Even like after the DeJean pick six, CJ Gardner-Johnson, they were in like a circle, and he goes, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. He goes, keep it level.
There you go.
Just keep it level. And that's what they did.
Crazy game.
That's like Jalen Hurts wouldn't smile until the fucking clock hit 0.
But, all right. Wonderful. Congratulations, pal.
Thank you.
Hell of a game.
I appreciate it. I'm over
Marcus,
the moon.
pal, final res place. I'm sorry. Sucks to suck. But I can't wait.
Do I own them?
I don't know.
Do I own them now?
I mean, it was a beating.
No, I mean final wrestling.
Oh,
points.
do you own? I don't know. How much money do you have on the line with them?
No, but I'm saying like 95 points over 2 games again in the championship game and the Super Bowl.
Well, that's true. I mean,
I'm not being.
you also beat the shit out of my team, so let's not get too far out of bounds here.
But
But my team stinks.
Your team's
I know,
your team is what it is.
There's nothing to brag about.
No.
You're just picking on the slow kid. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. But
95 points dropped in your fucking face.
But in Marcus's defense, pal, I know that feeling. That feeling sucks. I can't wait to hear the next episode of Wrestling Place.
Were you chasing history, or were you just trying to beat the Philadelphia Eagles?
I don't know. I didn't do either. All right.
Maybe you should have focused on what was just in front of you. Don't look past it next time.
All right. I'm going to knock you off this horse for a little bit. Wrestling.
Lesson learned, I hope.
Wrestling.
All right.
Wrestling.
All right.
Ha-ha.
All right, let's get it. I have a bunch of fucking news.
Yeah, let's do news.
So,
and then we'll do some questions and then everything else.
So, WWE had a bunch of cuts.
That happened this week?
Yeah, it did. So, it happened, I think, like Friday or Monday. I don't remember. So, real quick, I'll name them. And
Newsweek ran all the cuts. They posted 3 hours ago. Crazy.
Yeah. So, I'll run through them. You can give me just a promotion or like where you think they'll end up. Authors of Pain.
Nowhere.
Paul Ellering.
Retired.
Cedric Alexander.
I could see him in the Hurt Syndicate in AEW because they're gonna position for him really hard.
Sonya Deville.
This one's the one that bummed me out the most because I like Sonya, and I hope nobody gets any ideas now that she doesn't have the WWE protection on her. I don't know. That's tough. I don't know if she's going to want to. She's okay to good. I wouldn't rule out Ring of Honor, but I don't know. TNA might happen.
Blair Davenport.
Stardom.
I mean, even though there was a real mafia move what WWE did.
Because
what a fucking dipshit,
that was Brother Ray, right?
What a moron.
That was because Ospreay did a pedigree or something?
Because he said comments about Triple H and Stephanie like a year ago. And I want to be they haven't, like him and Blair haven't been together for a long time.
Right, but then he also like beat up a fake Triple H on the cruise or something.
Ospreay. That was in EWE, which I'll talk about later.
But yeah,
that guy's the worst.
I don't want to talk about Brother Ray Deadly too much, but that dude fucking sucks.
Yeah. Isla Dawn.
I don't know. It was Rev Pro again.
Okay.
I don't know.
Gallows and Anderson.
New Japan. Hard, no fucking question. There's somebody's going to get him up the New Japan for 6 months before Hunter brings him back. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. They're going to run 2 more Talking Shop-A-Manias once the weather gets nice somewhere. And Stang's going to show up, and they're going to get re-signed somewhere.
Sure will. Giovanni Vinci.
I don't even know. Back where WXW, I don't know where he came from.
This one, I don't know if it was confirmed or not. It was swirling a little bit, but I don't know if it ever got confirmed. Elektra Lopez.
I saw that. I think it is confirmed.
Okay.
I don't know. It depends. I don't even know where she came from, so I don't think anywhere.
Okay.
I don't think she's bad or anything. There's no cachet to her name.
Well, that was all the cuts.
Okay.
I think the only one who appeared on the Rumble was Sonya.
Sonya was like in an active program.
Yeah, with her group, which I don't remember the name. I think it's real bad, though.
Yeah.
So, hey, good luck to
all. It was her, Zoe Stark, and
Shayna. So, good luck to all of them. Hope you land on your feet somewhere.
Right.
More contract news.
Mm-hmm.
It came out officially that AEW came to terms with a release for Miro.
Okay, great.
Where's he go?
I mean, I think he probably thinks he's going back to the WWE.
Yeah.
So...
but
I don't think Hunter likes him. I don't think he's a Hunter guy. So we'll see.
He was an NXT guy originally. Yeah. So
we'll see.
Who knows? And then
out of the ring for 2 years.
Yeah. Then you don't even have to tell me where this person's going. Ricky Starks.
He's going in front of 200 people in NXT.
He's officially in NXT.
Trill London or Osiris Jackson or whatever the fuck his name's going to be.
Ricky Starks.
Mm-hmm. I've read more into that, and I think it is going to be Ricky Starks.
Yeah,
I think the problem was they hot-shotted that so quick that WWE didn't have the copyright in order, and Ricky owns the copyright. Yeah. So they want to get their piece of whatever that is. Of
course, yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you see the stuff with Bear Boulder?
Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah. So fuck that guy.
Yep.
You're a giant piece of shit.
Absolutely.
And I hope you get your teeth kicked in.
Good on TK for firing him pretty immediately, at least from, I think, as long as it doesn't come out that he knew about it before we did. That's the right fucking move.
I know his tag partner Bear Bronson put out a statement about it,
yep.
just condemning him, basically saying "fuck this guy."
Well, and I know that the Bear Bronson works like a lot of the like Enjoy and a lot of the other sort of more friendlier indie promotions.
Yeah.
So like, if I'm sure he was actually appalled. I think that's just a case that two guys put together that like didn't know each other but kind of fit.
Yeah. So fuck.
He said he was at his wedding and everything.
Yeah.
He said that they were friends. Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Fuck that guy. Fuck him forever. You're a piece of shit. And I hope you die.
Yeah. And it's interesting that and I don't want. I'm not looking to enter the like this kind of like argument back and forth show, but like. AEW has had their fair share of people that have done not great things, but like TK acted on that very quickly, and I can turn on Raw and see a couple people who've done the same thing be featured. So
yeah, awful human being.
Yep, horrible piece of shit.
So they announced today officially that Kenta is back in Pro Wrestling Noah.
I noticed. Yeah,
kind of wild.
Like shaved and got a haircut and everything.
He like looks like Kenta
trying to
again.
recapture the magic. If I don't think it's there, but we'll see.
I don't either. But it made me feel a little warm and fuzzy.
It feels like home, right? I'm more interested in Noah Kenta than I am New Japan.
Never felt like home for Kenta, even though like he had glimpses where. He looked like old Kenta.
Yeah.
Thank you, Will Ospreay. Mm-hmm. So yeah, back in Noah. Good for him, I guess.
I mean, they need him.
Wow.
It'll be interesting, man. I mean, I'll watch his first match and see if any of the magic is still there.
Watching him versus Marufuji is gonna break my heart.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, I got the email that was like, "Oh, last chance to buy Kenta stuff," and I was like, "Oh, that's weird."
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess it's just like they're just not carrying all this merch anymore. They're just gonna, old designs or whatever. And then like the next day they were like, "Nope, he's in Noah." I'm like, "Oh,
yeah." It was, officially got put out today. It's been teased with them getting added back to the roster page. The Demolition have signed a Legends deal with WWE.
Yeah.
Which that's a big thing. They had a ongoing lawsuit against them over concussion stuff. I'm guessing that got dropped at this point.
Yep.
So yeah, officially back under the WWE umbrella.
And this means they get in the Hall of Fame this year, right?
Probably next year.
Yeah, you don't think this year?
No, it might be a little too soon.
Okay. Maybe.
But man, they're gonna be pumping out that merchandise.
Good.
Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I said Demo's Ultimate 2-pack. Sign me
Gotta happen. 2-pack. You all can keep your crushes. And I stand by that.
I said 3-pack only if it's Master Fuji.
That's right.
Let's go.
My demolition is not a 3-person.
Nope.
My demolition is 2 people and Mr. Fuji.
I agree.
Crush can go to hell.
Hey.
The crush and demolition can go to hell.
Okay.
Regular Kona Crush.
You.
Awesome. Squeezing heads.
Yeah.
Giant tall brown mullet.
Evil Crush.
Whatever.
Disciples of Apocalypse Crush.
No.
Nation Domination Crush.
No. He had the Snake Sabo nose chain though,
totally
so that's kind of cool.
And he had the chainsaw tattoo on his head.
All right.
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
Yeah, see.
Yeah.
Damn right you did.
All right.
But
then also Chronic.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, Chronic. You kidding me?
I don't think we'll ever get a Chronic back out of Mattel.
We should. And then on a good, nice, lighthearted note, Chris Bay put out tweets today that he is up and walking.
Yeah.
So, fuck yeah. Good for that dude. I'm happy he's moving.
He's only 29.
Yeah.
That's terrible that he got hurt that bad.
Yeah.
That's so young.
So, good for him. Very happy to see that.
Yes.
Made me feel nice and warm and fuzzy when I saw that today. So,
absolutely.
That's all I had. I know that's more than I usually have, but I just wrote a bunch of shit down this week that I saw.
Nice. I like it. I like it. Let me Google the news real quick. It's everything that you went over. That SGW Uganda got their ring. Cody finally gave them their ring.
Oh.
So that's nice. They were wrestled in the dirt.
He finished their story for them.
There's a thing from eWrestlingNews.com. Dustin Rhodes to produce AEW Grand Slam Australia title match.
How the fuck do they know?
I don't know. Oh, on his Battleground podcast, he'll produce the TBS title match between Mercedes Moné and Harley Cameron.
Oh, okay.
And we knew for a while that Dustin was working with the women's division, so...
Sure.
Dustin did a whole interview. That's really cool. He said, I'm coaching that match, producing it, as well as wrestling that night. Harley's doing an outstanding job.
Nice.
So there you go. So good for Dustin. Backstage update on major shakeup in TNA wrestling.
Oh boy.
Earlier this afternoon, I guess it was yesterday, is reported that TNA has brought in a new executive in an executive producer role. PW Insider is reporting that George Veras, who has long and impressed background in broadcasting with organizations such as ABC Sports, NBC, CBS, NFL Today series, the Cleveland Browns, and the Football Hall of Fame, among what is it? The Cleveland Browns and the Football Hall of Fame? I don't think so. Among others, will be assembling his own team, which likely explains the recent departures, including Josh Matthews, who had worked as a producer in the truck during events. Additionally, Mark Brown, former director with Ring of Honor, when it was under Sinclair, is joining TNA as a director.
Well, there you go.
There you go. John E. Bravo. That's not a real name. Talent relations. Blah 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 blah. Let's see. Second page. Lots of Kenta news. Did you see this clip from? Again, I didn't watch it. Let's see the end of news. I hate that the WWE has rebranded Tough Enough as LFG.
I won't watch, dude. I saw the clip Joe posted.
Where the dude, I saw this like last week, where they put this out as the teaser, and I guess the episode dropped, where the dude like mouths off to Bully Ray.
Yeah, like he like puts his hand out to shake his hand, and he's like, "You ain't earned it yet."
And we were taught that you had to shake hands with elders by these fucking maniacs, or else you're being disrespectful. Booker T. Yeah. The only thing the Young Bucks have ever done that I've laughed at is when we shook their hands at Chikara.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
But like. And like the dude in the ring, like he tried, he knew what he was doing, get his 15 minutes of fame because he wasn't going to go any further. But like the fact that Brother Ray Deadly has reconvinced the WWE and part of the world that he has valuable opinions and any value to be brought to a pro wrestling space in 2025 is fucking lunacy. Yeah, that man sucks.
Yep, real bad.
He sucks shit with a small straw. He is the fucking worst. I hate him. And he's all over WWE wrestling now because they think it fucking matters. Yeah. And I'm like, he milked the legacy of ECW and continues to milk the legacy of ECW more than almost anybody. Sit down, Tommy Dreamer. Like, I can't figure out, and I think, again, I'm not saying I didn't like the Dudley Boys. Everybody was like, oh, wow, this is crazy in ECW and all that. And they're super fucking decorated and whatever, and Devon seems like at least a decent human being. But Brother Ray Deadly, every time I see him, I'm like, you are the cringiest fucking douchebag on the planet.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that you still have Rob Feinstein handling your finances and your appearances.
Sure does.
So
you dirtbag.
Go fuck yourself there too, pal. So if you are a Brother Ray Deadly fan, I don't know if this show's for you.
Yeah, no thanks.
Honestly, that dude sucks a whole bunch.
Yeah, not having it.
Just fucking spitting stupid slurs at fans. I'll tell you how to talk on the mic, brother. I get the best heat. Fuck you.
Yep, sucks.
He fucking blows.
You know what doesn't suck?
What?
The fact that people have questions.
Lots of questions.
For the 300th episode. So we're going to throw in some questions right now that don't really have anything to do with what we're going to be talking about when we do talk about wrestling from this week.
Yes.
Just because we figured it'd be better. Mm-hmm. So I'll start out with one here.
Okay.
And this comes from Brother Doug.
Oh, Brother Doug.
The Dugginator.
Yes.
Which is the better...
Amanda Storm's long-lost love.
I fucking damn right. Which is the better pay-per-view? Great American Bash 1989 or WrestleMania 17? Great American Bash 89, Glory Days. I throw that on often when I want to... I don't know, feel good. Mm-hmm. And WrestleMania X7, obviously, Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Kind of, the cap on the Attitude Era, some people consider it. So what do you consider the better pay-per-view?
So, listen, Doug, this is not going to be a shocking answer to anybody. 89.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's because the main event.
I cannot possibly pick a show that has Terry Funk in the main event that has a great War Games match.
Oh my god, yeah.
And has Sting Muta.
Yeah.
I can't pick. I may be being intellectually dishonest, and I don't care.
Luger Steamboat also rocks.
Yeah,
that card.
I just for where my fandom lies, it's gotta be Bash 89.
Yeah, I mean Bash 89, like from the in-ring perspective.
We said X7, right? That's what we said.
17. And 17. I mean, Angle Benoit.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the first trip. Was that the first Triple H Taker? Or was that X7? No, that might have been X8. I think. I don't remember. But obviously, I mean, or no, it was Taker Triple H. That was the first Mania match. It was actually good. Obviously, Austin Rock with the turn with Vince.
Mm-hmm.
The gimmick battle royal. The first TLC, officially branded TLC.
That's the first one with the Dudley Boys that they just cursed Brother Ray down.
Really, the first one was WrestleMania 2000, but it wasn't. It was just a ladder match. This one was the first branded TLC.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
they're both great shows. Doug picked these for a reason to make the hard call, but I
probably would find myself as I'm getting older just going back to Bash 89 more.
Yeah.
17 is still like kind of unfuckable though, especially like my age when watching it.
Right.
It was 2001. Yeah, so it's like kind of like like I said, it's like the peak Attitude Era, kind of the last of it. Things changed a lot in the next year.
Yeah,
but I'll go Bash 89.
Yeah, I just. Again, it's an era that it's an era that I tend to like more. It's 89 is the year in professional wrestling. That NWA WCW year is one of the best years a professional wrestling company ever had, and it's got Terry and Flair in the main event. So it's my favorite feud of all time. Main eventing, I have to go with that. And also, if we go match for match, I'll take that War Games match over the gimmick battle royal every time. So.
Yeah, I mean, just Michael Hayes like during the War Games is my favorite thing.
And I'll take Sting Muta
anytime over anything almost ever.
Right, over certainly over an Undertaker match. So
it's a good match.
It's a good absolutely. It is. I ain't throwing any shade at X7. I'm just saying match.
I hear you. Yeah. What do you have?
It's our
next?
boys. Question wise?
Yeah.
All right. So not a question. But brother David, DeWicki, the shoe man himself,
Shoesy, my boy,
just sent a nice little message because I said questions or praise,
no detractors,
and he said, "Gentlemen, congratulations on 300 fantastic episodes. Here's to the next 300." I don't know, but
when do we pull the plug?
I don't know.
500?
When we get sick of talking to each other?
I don't think it'll
When we stop watching wrestling?
That may happen eventually.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
I
don't think it will.
I often think...
When's the cutoff?
If AEW goes away, what, like...
But we can still go to Japan.
But we would just become like a sort of a more focused on that stuff because I don't foresee myself going back to WWE enough of a way to do a podcast on it.
I get that.
Like I don't know that I'd be able to stay completely away from like the really cool stuff, but enough to do a whole podcast. I just don't know that I'd find that back without some real changes and whatever.
Changes.
So, especially because I think the top half of their roster is pushing 50 in a lot of places. So
it's true.
But all right,
brother David, thank you so much.
Yes, of course.
I got to talk shoes for a little bit with Cannon this week, which is always a good time. So
thank
you, my boy.
Here's a question from the Godfather of the soon-to-be-named network, the man that the Carson Crawl was named after,
the legend,
Mr. Joe Sposto. Listen to At Odds with Wrestling. Listen to Long Box Heroes.
Holding down the other side of the neighborhood.
He is. This is for both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you feel doing this podcast? This is a 3-part question, which normally aren't allowed.
Whoa!
But it is the 300th episode. So, we're gonna answer the 3.
All
we'll
right.
do one after the other.
All right.
We'll give time to answer between each. Do you feel doing this podcast has made you a better or worse wrestling fan?
I think better.
Okay.
I'm gonna say better because it really made me like invest more into like things that I didn't super pay attention to a lot, such as like a lot of Joshi stuff, which I absolutely adore at this point.
Yes.
Even like DDT, getting back into Noah and then getting back out of Noah, seeing like the beginnings of AEW, just all the excitement and the roller coaster, the ups and downs with that, and but I'm gonna say better because I'm more open to watch anything. I mean, you give me a match recommendation, I'll probably watch it. Like I'll talk about later. I watched a match from a company called EWE Riot Girls of Wrestling this week. Right? Like, in what fucking world would I have ever done that before? But it's because Jamie Hayter.
Right.
Like, like, I was like, oh shit, she's back and this is with her home promotion.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to see like her in England and like really getting that reception and it was a great fucking match.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to say better. Like, I've always been invested in wrestling. It's definitely gotten me more invested in wrestling.
Yeah.
It's opened it just opened my eyes to more wrestling. Yeah, I'll say better.
Yeah, I think, I agree completely. I think we watch more. I think we search out more.
Yeah.
Than we would have. And to watch on the show, to do that kind of stuff, and we've like developed like rituals for certain events and all that kind of stuff, and like. And I don't know if this applies probably more to this, not necessarily my fandom, because the next question is, I guess it doesn't really fall in this, but like, we've also kind of built a community that we wouldn't necessarily have had without this podcast.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've always sort of, because we've known Joe and Adam for so long, that like, we've always circled that sort of stuff when we'd be in the Discord and we, whatever.
Sure.
But like, we've made a lot of friends from doing this, which, again, I think can sort of factor in, like, we got to go see DDT with Ed, so like
one of the best fucking times.
Yeah, man. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you. Better wrestling fan.
Yeah, for sure.
Second question. This is question B. Do you feel doing this podcast has made you a better or worse person?
I don't know.
I think the years that we've been doing this podcast have made me a better person. I don't know if that has anything to do with the podcast.
Yeah.
I just think that, like, again, meeting the people we've met and getting this community and, the people that we knew, even just online, that we now have, like, text or call relationships with.
Yeah, that, like, people I talk to on a daily basis now,
so I think that's an improvement to maybe not me as a person, but my life, which makes me a better person in a way, right?
Like, I think I'll say better.
So,
I'll go on the better end of that.
All right.
Has it made you a worse person?
And the third, listen, I don't know that I could become a worse person than I was at one point. I can give it the old college try. Third question here. If there was one thing you could go back and change, don't say not do a podcast.
Oh, God damn it.
What would it be? Love you. Love the show. Love you long time. He didn't say that part. That was me to Joe. One thing you'd go back and change. I know my answer.
What's up, Warheads?
100%
That's amazing. See, that's why it fucking works. It's just, that's why it works.
Like,
oh, it's cringe.
It's cringe. And I didn't think it was at the time, but I should have known that it was. And it sort of started, like, there was a cringe factor to it, but I was like, let's, like, in the beginning, I was like, we're entering this world of podcasting and everybody has a fucking podcast. Even more people have podcasts. Sure. Everybody now has 2 podcasts. When we started this thing, everybody only had 1.
Yeah.
And then we even had 2, but then we dropped down to 1. But like, maybe there's a second one coming. But anyway, what's up, board? But that sort of like, that I thought like, well, if we had like dumb, catchy things, it would make us be a catchy podcast.
Yeah.
And sort of learned that like this podcast is more And it was always this way, but it's more for my enjoyment than it is, and our enjoyment than it is for anybody else's.
I agree with that.
And that sort of stuff was more outward, like, well, if people think we're silly and goofy, and we can catch it, we can get like a hashtag going on or something, then we become this bigger show. And really, there's just like, well, you know, ratings go up and down, listenership goes up and down. And, you know, it's not impossible to catch on. Most podcasts, you need to have a famous person to get, or you like pretend to suck dick on some TikTok thing and then disappear after you crypto scam everybody. Well, introducing We Need Wrestling Coin. That's what I'm getting at.
I'm going to bed, y'all.
For 8 weeks, 9 weeks. But yeah, that sort of like the drive time radio, like sort of like
wheels in the legs, man.
Stuff that right, exactly. And I also wish that I was remembered to be more consistent with the vest count. I think that was good.
Son of a bitch.
And you know what? When we stopped counting them, they went away. So
like any like sort of like lame ass shtick, then I'm happy we just were like, all right, let's get away from that.
Right.
Yeah. Like it was interesting. Like when the head to head ended.
Yeah.
And we're like, what the fuck are we gonna do?
Yeah. And I think, and like again, I say this privately. I'll say it here. I think we do a fine podcast.
Yeah.
I think I would, if I didn't know us, I'd listen to us.
I would enjoy you.
You could enjoy me. But yeah, I think since then, like I like that we got to do the Wednesday Night War stuff.
Yeah. It was fun.
Part of me wishes it lasted a little longer because I thought, and immediately I thought that was like the hook, like that was going to get us, you know.
Sure.
Nobody really cared. Like nobody cared about not us, but nobody cared about the Wednesday Night Wars. It just wasn't a thing. It never sort of formed itself, and then WWE tucked tail. But because that's what happened. God damn it.
Yep.
Back when AEW was pulling 1.2s. But now they got to do it. Now they got to put on 3 shows at once to do that. But it's just like, never mind. Oh, you want 6 inches? But anyway.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I think the show has gotten better post that.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't get rid of. I wouldn't be like, oh, let's never do the Wednesday Night War stuff.
No, but it definitely got better.
Yeah, it got better. So
I think it got better once we like stopped giving a fuck.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know, like,
a little bit. Yeah,
that's where I'm at.
When we started getting real, or whatever the fuck the real world thing was.
I would say when Keeping It Real goes wrong.
Oh, Keeping It Real goes wrong.
Or the Mad Real World. Hey, Lysol, I had sex with Katie.
But Joe, thank you.
Love you, Joe. You're the fucking best.
All right. What else? Who else we got?
So I got
let me delete some people here.
From the big dog. Question of the week. Andre the Giant voice.
Do you think he still wants that question read after your 15-minute diatribe at the beginning?
I wasn't that long. I could go worse.
You certainly could.
This is from Marcus.
All right.
300 episodes. That's a long time. Has there been a favorite topic or discussion that stands out? For me, I really enjoyed the Taylor Swift / Slayer discussion.
Yeah.
Thanks for the hours of content. Hopefully see you guys soon. Marcus, I agree. Hope to see you soon, pal.
Yeah, buddy.
Favorite topic or discussion that stands out?
I don't remember what we say on this podcast as soon as I hit stop.
Yeah, I don't. I have a hard time with it sometimes. Like, I'll get a text from Kincaid and it's just like, oh, this. I'm like, dude, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I have to go and listen and I feel embarrassed.
Yes.
Favorite topic or discussion? I love when Michelle's on the Rumbler stuff.
Right.
See, this
that was what it was going to be.
Like, I love that.
Bringing Michelle into the fold is pretty fantastic.
It's awesome because, like, she doesn't think she's funny and she's hilarious.
Yeah.
Even, like, I loved, like, you know, when you went to that concert and, like, I did the episode with Tatum and Michelle, and I'm like, it was just a very conversational piece. Yeah. Same thing when you did with Tatum and Michelle and Silverthorne and Kincaid. Like, it was just very, like, such a change up. And it was cool, like, taking a step back and listening to it from an outside perspective. I thought that was real cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. Favorite, like, topic?
Yeah,
I just like when we get into like I don't know.
I like some the rants that have gone on and all that, but like somehow making Tatum a wrestling fan is an accomplishment that I don't know anybody will ever truly appreciate.
And again, Michelle, I know you'll hear this because you listen to podcasts.
Right.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Yeah, right.
I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I think that's fun stuff, and I also have a really good time driving to pay-per-views and recording a podcast at the same time.
Yeah, those are...
Driving a car, holding a microphone, doing 80 on the interstate is crazy.
Ripping that one turn in Reading.
Yeah, so we've done a lot of fun stuff. But topic-wise, I don't know. I don't remember what we talk about.
Yeah, I love talking Japanese wrestling.
Yeah.
It's just, that's my bread and butter.
Yeah.
So when we talk it, I feel such a passion for it. So
yeah.
Marcus, thank you though, big homie. You are the man.
I got another.
Even though you got stumped,
I got another one too. That's very similar. That's I think even harder to answer, honestly. And I don't know that either of us are going to be able to answer this because my brain does not have time frame.
Okay.
But I do have two answers that are going to stand out in my brain. But it's from Matty D, Matt Durline, formerly of the A Show. He says, I have a question. Best and or worst match you've seen in the 300 episodes of this show, if that's not too big of an ask. I have two somewhat recent ones that pop in my brain.
I was gonna say, I know the fucking Bully Ray Jr.
That's one of the worst fucking wrestling matches I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, that was real bad.
And the best recent memory, and again, we've seen a ton, but I still think it's the best AEW match, is Hanger Swerve in the Texas Death Match.
Yeah, that one, I had so much fun watching it. Mm-hmm. And then, like, a month or two later, showing Doug that match.
Yeah.
And, like, him freaking out over it.
Right.
Yeah, that was like...
Yeah.
That towards the top.
And seeing Sting's retirement live.
Yes, because we were there.
But, like, it's best, worst, whatever... It wouldn't happen if we hadn't built the community that we've had. But like having everybody here for Sting's retirement was a huge moment, party. Ton of fun, giant fucking party.
Like, I'm not gonna say so much like a match itself, but like watching you, like, I don't want to say fall in love because I'm not gonna go that far, but watching you like become a fan of Will Ospreay.
Okay.
Watching you, like, fall in love with Jon Moxley.
Yes.
You know,
but
like...
It's lust with Jon Moxley is what it is.
Like, just seeing that, where I was just like, God damn it, I'm so steadfast, and, like, I believe so much in those guys. And then watching, like, you and other people around just be like, okay, I get it. Now. And I'm like, fuck yeah. Not that it was like, I never rubbed it in anyone's face, but it just, like, made me feel good. You know, I'm like, all right, fuck, I like people are liking like this shit, and it makes me real happy.
Yeah.
Even though Joe doesn't like Gabe Kidd, but
I like Gabe Kidd. I'm not putting him on either of those guys' level. Right
no, of course not. But
we'll get him.
But like recently, like I'll tell you what, man. Even like staying up and watching Wrestle Kingdom and like watching that Omega Gabe Kidd match in January, and all of us are up late going fucking nuts over it. Like that, I always love that. Like that's been like like the most like satisfaction I've gotten out of it, and then getting to talk about it. Right. Like I love that.
There's a lot of moments like that while this podcast existed that weren't necessarily on the podcast, but like, you know, getting to do an episode after meeting Taguchi and talking about meeting Taguchi, like that's still one of my favorite life moments, like of all time, is that I got to meet a guy that I genuinely love. Yeah. Like, so I often think like sometimes if like when people listen, if they think I'm doing a bit with like the comedy wrestling that I like.
No, it's not.
And I'm like, no, it's legit. I love Taguchi is top 5 Japanese guy for me. I legit loved Pheromones. Like all that shit was like made me so happy. And that is a thing that I'm going to say that this podcast did, that's on this podcast and on another podcast, is getting Joe Sposo to watch the Despy Invitational.
That was like an all-timer.
Is an amazing thing that that may not have happened if this podcast didn't exist. And the fact that I got him to watch that and he loved it, it was just so fucking good. So
Yeah,
lots of things.
Yeah, that's like my best parts I take from
Yeah.
this. So
Yeah.
well, Maddie, thank you
Thanks,
so
Matt.
much. Appreciate you. I have one more
Okay.
that doesn't have to do with anything we're going to talk about later.
All right.
So this is from the homeboy Kenny.
Kenny.
Hey guys, first time, long time. Congrats on 300 shows. That rules.
Thanks,
Quick
bud.
question. I saw Alan Cheapshot on social media today tweet a pic of Sabu and Bret Hart together in a restaurant somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they ever wrestled, but would be pretty tremendous matchup. My question for the show is, who are two wrestlers from 97 who never crossed paths that you wish could have wrestled?
I mean, that like 97, that separates the two companies right there.
Absolutely
So,
it does.
oh man, like never wrestled. That's tough. That's a good question, Kenny. I mean, Bret Hart wrestled Terry Funk, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have
I'll
one?
say in this iteration, I know they wrestled when one was under another character.
Sure.
Bret Hart, Mitsuharu Misawa.
Ooh.
I would have fucking
Yeah.
died to see that.
And you can see Bret Hart versus Tiger Mask.
Different though.
Different.
It's different.
Yeah, and it would have been in the 80s. Even if he did wrestle him like as Misawa, it would have been the early 90s. So yeah, so neither guy had peaked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you could have had that, or like a Misawa versus Steve Austin. 'Cause
yeah.
Steve wasn't fully like
Right.
Not that he was ever washed.
Sure.
But he could still technically go.
Sure.
You know,
I
he
got
wasn't walking brawling.
I got a big one from 97 that, well, I guess, he must have been there in 97, right? Maybe not. I don't know. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bill Goldberg.
Oh.
Like,
okay.
let that actually,
Was he
like,
there in
I
97?
don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know when Goldberg actually showed up.
I don't remember.
That's tough.
He might have been. I just don't. 97, 98 is like a blur to me.
Yeah, I'm bad with times like that.
Um.
Let's see.
Okay, here's a trivia question.
Okay.
Who's the number one ranked wrestler in the 97 PWI 500?
Bill Goldberg's first ever official wrestling match was a Monday Night Nitro dark match, June 23rd of 1997.
Okay, so he's there.
His undefeated streak started in September of 1997.
There you go.
So, granted, Austin would have just gotten the shit kicked out of him because Goldberg was an unhinged lunatic at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the number one ranked wrestler in 97? That's Stinko Malenko's year, isn't it?
Fuck yeah. It's my dog right there. Let's go. That's what I like to hear, brother.
Well, and so there's one, right? Malenko, Bret Hart.
yeah, but Bret Hart didn't like the Malenko.
Yeah.
He's a little guy.
Little guy.
He's a little guy.
I'm trying to think like if there's who Bret hasn't wrestled that from WCW that he could put in a match, but like since Bret jumped there right after,
Yeah.
like
The end of 97.
yeah, so like he jumped, so like
Yeah,
he I can't picture them, but he probably wrestled Regal. He probably wrestled a lot of those guys. That I
I'll
just
tell
can't
you
remember.
what, imagine like, I know it was a little bit bigger for them, but like,
Yeah,
like Owen versus like Ultimo,
yeah.
like how fucking cool would that have been?
I wonder if they ever met in war or anything.
I don't know. I mean, I know,
Or
I'm pretty sure.
Super World of Sport.
Did Owen and Liger wrestle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they did. But like an Owen versus Ultimo, how like that'd
Yeah.
be pretty fucking
There's
sick.
a lot of cool matchups for sure.
Like not dude Owen or like Brett versus no. There's my fucking answer because I talked about it not long ago. Because I don't think it ever happened. Brett Muda.
Yeah, I don't think it ever happened.
Never. I don't think it ever happened.
Yeah,
Oh, could you imagine?
right? Crazy.
Brett. That's my official answer.
Wow.
Like I know I said Masawa Brett, but like
Yeah,
Brett Muda for a personal.
yeah. Well,
'Cause
because was Brett done by the time Dark Carnival happened?
He was still there, but I just don't think it ever.
Yeah.
Oh man, fuck yeah, Dark Carnival.
There's a lot of good people, Kenny. That's prime time right there.
And then Kenny says, also, what is the over-under opportunity? Oop, there's that word again. On the New York Football Giants winning 6 games next year as of this recording.
6 games?
Thanks, I'll hang up and take my answer to the show. The best place to take it.
Kenny, this team doesn't even have a fucking quarterback. Their quarterback is Tommy Cutlets right now. Like, they don't have anybody. It all depends. Like, Neighbors is a talented guy. The defense ain't horrible.
Neighbors is super talented.
The offensive line stinks. So if you don't fix that, I doubt you're going to, especially in that fucking division with the Commanders on the come up, right there, you're losing 2 games to the Commanders and 2 games to the Eagles, and maybe you're splitting with the Cowboys because the Cowboys stink.
Even though Dak said we're a step away and it's our turn next.
For what?
Yeah. Yeah. What an idiot. What a fucking idiot.
Listen, Dak can get to the Super Bowl. He just has to buy his tickets early.
Fuck him.
Yeah, Kenny, I wouldn't hold your breath. I know you're an Eagles fan.
Congrats, Kenny.
But I wouldn't count on 6, not in that division the way it is right now. Couple years, depending on what they get at quarterback. I like some of the options. There's some people out there that I think they need a bridge quarterback that is a big time ball slinger to get these guys out there. Like give me crazy, insane, not a care in the world Jameis Winston playing bucket drums in New Orleans all weekend.
He'll throw for 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 picks, and a fumble. Not even give a fuck.
Right.
I love Jameis.
Right. So, I think that's a good fit. And he's going to be out there. I know there's talks of Russell Wilson, which, again, I don't think is terrible.
Washed.
He's washed, sure. But I don't think he's terrible, particularly when you have a good wide receiver base. And if they do end up drafting Travis Hunter or bringing in a couple other people here and there, I will tell you that they should not spend what the Rams are offering or wanting for Matt Stafford, which is the 3rd overall pick in the draft. That's what they want.
It's crazy talk.
But, I also think that if I would go back in time, I would smack the mirrors around and tell them, just let Tyrod Taylor start for a couple of years, you fucking morons.
I agree.
Tyrod Taylor playing this year with Mid-League Neighbors, you have a team that doesn't make it to the playoffs because of how dominant the other 2 teams are, but they're knocking at the fucking door at least.
Sure.
Instead of Danny fucking Dimes and Tommy goddamn Cutlets.
DJ.
Yes.
Do you know how good it felt to someone made a compilation of all the people shit talking Philly this year, all the analysts, the experts, and you had Chris Sims, Nepo Baby himself, saying, "I'd take Daniel Jones over Jalen Hurts."
In what world?
He goes, Daniel Jones, he could do all the things Jalen does. But better.
Where's he going to take him?
Yeah. Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
You fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Ay.
Your dad was good though. I like your dad.
I heard a story about, not to make this a football podcast again, I heard a story about Phil Simms and Lawrence Taylor. I think maybe Bill Burr told it. Somebody told it. They're like, Lawrence Tayller never learned the other team's names.
Yeah.
And he was like, he just goes, you wear the different jersey than me, I'm going to kill you. He goes, that's the game. And I think it was Bill Burr. He's like, I didn't believe it. And we were at a golf thing, and Phil Simms was there, and Lawrence Taylor walked in, and they were talking, and he was talking about all these players, and he goes, Phil, what's that team from New Orleans? Yep. He's like, the Saints, LT. He's like, yeah, the Saints. He just never learned.
LT,
he just murder. That was the only thing on his mind. Murder and cocaine.
A+.
And then later, rape and being a terrible person because LT's a bad guy.
I would say A+ football player, A+ wrestler,
yeah,
F- human being.
You know what I was thinking the other day too? Big time F- human being. Do you think we'll ever get they're doing the moments they did the Gooker and Taker,
LT and Bam Bam? They might stay away from LT.
I don't
the
thing is, his image is he's on. He always shows up. They show him on all these things. People forget that he's a horrible fucking person. He's in the fucking Waterboy. They're making jokes.
They never did a Tyson figure.
No, they did Mr. T.
Yeah, what was Mr. T?
No, nothing. I'm just saying, in the moment. Oh, you mean okay? I get it. Because Tyson's also a very bad person,
and they never made one for him. Yeah. So
I guess that's true.
Yeah,
that would be a dream pack for me, though. Even though LT's a bad person, that'd be a cool pack to have. And then you do Kevin Green for the WCW side,
and Mongo. I want Horseman Mongo, but I want announcer Mongo Chase with his dog.
I'm surprised they didn't do a Mongo.
And I can do a pull string Bobby the
Stain.
Stain.
When his health started to fail. I'm surprised they didn't do anything for him. But
I mean, I don't know the demand for Mongo.
I know.
They made a goon figure though, so anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation.
Right, Mongo's not well loved, but he is.
That's right, King. All right, wrestling time.
Dicking around the dirt with farming implements, baby.
Bobby Hernia,
Bobby the Stain.
Fuck yeah, Mongo.
Mongo ruled.
Dude, go watch Mongo Goldberg matches. They're some of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
No, he's terrible.
Oh, it's so hilarious.
He's the worst.
Oh, it's
the shorts that were just the cut off football pants. He's the
fucking best, dude.
Oh my god, hell of a football player though.
Damn right.
All right.
All right.
Where are we going,
All
buddy?
right. So I have some double E first.
Double E.
Yeah. So again, I watched SmackDown with my nephews, but
Yes.
I just don't have nothing to report.
Okay,
It's
that's horrible.
It's a very middling
It's
show.
like a month or so now.
Dude,
You've gone up to
it's just-
steady, and it's just nothing.
No, like Solo Sikoa comes back and attacks Cody at the end, and I'm like, oh, so are we just wrapping Cody back up with the bloodline shit? Like,
Is that going to happen?
I don't.
Is that what they're doing in Elimination Chamber?
Probably.
It's just a holdover for Cody until he wrestles Mania.
Whoever
with-
at Mania, whoever wins the
Punk?
Elimination Chamber. I don't know who's going to win it, but
Yeah.
whatever. But Raw, there was one match. I didn't see all of Raw, but the one match I did see, I thought was very good.
There was no Yeet Man on SmackDown.
He was there, but it was like the same promo.
Okay.
And him and Cody ended up wrestling Jacob and Tama Tonga in the main event. Dude, Jacob Fatu,
Yeah.
the guy's got it.
Sure.
He's got
Yeah.
it. Strap him up.
All right.
But from Raw.
Don't do that. I think he's been arrested for that a couple times.
Oh, Jesus. From Raw,
Yes.
there was a tag match. It opened the show.
Okay.
It was Dakota Kai and Io Sky.
Oh, Dakota's back after
Yeah.
her third lingering injury.
Yes. God, dude, she's so hot.
How she? I'm
Like,
a Dakota
brother.
fan. I like Dakota. Dakota has one of my favorite
Yeah.
NXT moments.
Yep.
A big Dakota fan as a wrestler.
Yeah.
As a lady, all of that. I like Dakota a ton.
Ooh, it's a lady.
How she managed to not get cut?
Yeah.
she like?
Well, she's part of Damage Control,
Yeah.
so they're still a pretty big group.
Right. Sonya Deville was just on the fucking pay-per-view. So
Well, there's levels to
and
this
Dakota wasn't.
There's levels to this
There
shit,
is,
though.
for sure.
But yeah, it was her and Io against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez
Okay.
to kick off the show.
Yeah.
Tell you what, man, it was actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Okay.
The parts with Liv and Io,
Yeah.
it's like, wow, like these two are actually have pretty good chemistry.
good.
And I'm not like a big Liv Morgan fan.
Yeah.
She's good.
She's good enough. Sure.
But yeah, Io, as my brother-in-law likes to say now, because he's like finding out that, women's wrestlers actually kick ass. And he's like, he thinks she is the most talented person in that company.
That's funny. He ain't far off.
He loves Io.
I mean, honestly, he's not. He's really not that
And
far
I told
off.
him that. I go,
Yeah.
like, you're not far from
Yeah.
that at all. I go, she's amazing. She kills it.
She's one of the people that you can always watch.
Yeah.
Like, she'll always deliver.
There was a spot where Raquel had Liv up, like she picked Liv up in like a powerbomb position, but then put her down on, like she was hanging upside down and was swinging her at Io.
Okay.
Then swung her at Dakota. When she swung her at Dakota, Dakota's knee just caught Liv right above the eye, and Liv. Just
Is that the picture? I saw the
blood
picture
everywhere.
of her all.
Yeah, that was
Nice.
it
It wasn't
kinda-
Raspberry Jam. That's
No,
good.
no, she went hard way on that
Good.
one. And then I didn't see the rest of the show, but I do know Logan Paul beat Rey Mysterio.
With Hangman's
Yeah,
salt
so
press.
my nephew Dominic is very pumped
Yeah.
about that. So
It's very funny to me that made the rounds, like that Kenny Omega thing making the rounds about Logan again.
yeah,
And like people are blowing that out of proportion. Like Kenny's not nice to him, but Kenny has a point. Like
yeah,
Logan's super fucking talented in the ring.
yeah, very athletic.
Awful person.
Yeah.
They did make a figure of him.
Too, because my nephew may own both.
Right. Same thing goes for fucking big chin guy in the fucking
Big chin
in the
guy.
with Finn Balor's group. Didn't he do something
Oh,
bad?
JD McDonough.
Yeah. He beat a lady, I think. Allegedly.
I think it's an allegedly.
Allegedly. That's close enough. Kenny, that clip of Kenny, of course Kenny's like being a little down and meaner than he needs to be, but he's like, yeah, he's talented in the ring, but like, he's also not wrestling. He's not wrestling every night. He's not going on the road. He's not doing
Sure.
these things. Like, you can't claim to be this if you had, like, Kenny's like, oh, have him enter a G1. It's like, well, not everybody's going to wrestle in the fucking G1. But like, and him claiming to be the best wrestler, is just a TV thing.
Sure.
But like, this is a question from a fan, and Kenny's like, yeah, he's talented, but like, I got to see more out of him. I got to see him do this for an extended period of time, wrestle
of
week in,
course.
week out,
Of course.
do some big things. But it's funny that like he is just doing Hangman's moveset.
Sure
and now
is.
it's a rib. Like, now they know that he's doing it, and he knows that, like, he's doing it, he's going to get more press for it than Hangman does.
Yeah.
And he's not as good of a wrestler as Hangman.
No. Hanger rules.
Hanger's awesome.
More on that later.
Hanger has... Somebody should track... Well, like, these, like, have you become a better wrestling fan or worse, better person? Best match. Somebody needs to track Hangman Page's life through the course of this podcast.
I agree.
You will find something incredibly different now. But yeah.
Yeah. And then from NXT, obviously the clip that made the rounds.
Yes.
Ricky Starks debuts.
Well, we don't know that. You know who he is.
I think we know.
And you may or may not know why he's here.
I think we know.
I'm not convinced they're going to not change his name.
You don't think they let the fans chant Ricky?
Well, they couldn't stop the fans.
Well, I mean,
what
are they going to do?
I think
I saw he's listed internally as Ricky Starks.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's good. It's very weird that they didn't say his name. And they pass it off as like, we wanted it like that outsiders moment. And like, I didn't feel that. And I'm not the biggest Ricky Starks guy. You know this. We've talked about this a bunch of times. Like,
what a shame.
It just, he's talented, but I don't genuinely, I don't see him beyond an upper mid Carter. I don't see anything special about him. He's 35 years old.
Sorry, you're a Cope guy. We get it.
Not at all. But there's a little bit of comparison. Although Cope did punk him out on that show, that ruined his aura. But
punk him out or cried like a baby about it.
Well, both.
Whatever way you want to look.
I mean, he embarrassed him in that promo.
That really set me over the edge.
Yeah. But
I love Ricky so much.
But like, good for him. I hope he does great.
I do too.
I don't dislike the dude. I just like, I'm always a little iffy about like the all-time challenges and this and that. And we talk about all the time, like, where are these people going to end up and all that. And it's like, all right, Ricky at NXT, that's sort of the path. But Penta went right to the main roster. And now Penta's like on main event.
I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Right. And that's weird. And also we found out this week too that like El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. is not going to WWE because they were like, we want you, but no masks. Which is weird.
That's fucking weird.
So I don't know. Which is what makes me nervous about Ricky, because we know Ricky owns that trademark to his own name. Yeah. And so is WWE going to be okay with that, or is WWE going to want to change it? Because even like when he cuts the promo backstage that they like the short one that they put on the Twitter, he was like, the absolute one is here. And it's like, it's just the language is so odd. I really hope two of the names have been accounted for. Trill London's been accounted for, and Osiris whatever has been accounted for. So that's good.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to do it. It just makes me nervous because I don't know that you like a wild hair can get up anybody's ass in the WWE and they can completely change their fucking minds. But the fans were yelling Ricky Starks.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's enough that if they I also had the feeling that like maybe not saying his name was a test to see. Like, all right, we'll put him out there, and if he gets this reaction and they're saying his name, then we'll go with that. But if it's not a reaction, we're gonna rebrand him and make him
people
ours.
Obviously know who he is.
Right, right. It proved, like, the audience definitely proved that, like, they know who this guy is, even though WWE fans don't watch AEW and don't know who anybody is. Whenever they jump over, they're really excited.
Don't.
They don't watch AEW, but whenever these people jump, they're very excited to see them.
Yep.
Which is a weird thing.
Funny how that works.
But like, I hope next year we're talking about Ricky Starks holding the Intercontinental belt. Like, you know what I mean?
I do too, man.
I don't see it, but I hope. I hope for his sake that he does, and I hope that we talk about this all the time on the show. Jumping back and forth is what you're supposed to fucking do.
Absolutely, it is.
So like, Ricky is going to learn things that he might not have in his bag in the WWE.
Yep.
I heard Will Ospreay is going to sign there to teach him to slow down a little bit. But
player coach.
But we'll see. Yeah. We'll see how it happens because, again, Jade, Ethan Page is sort of down on the down the card.
He's got a match on NXT Vengeance Day.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Here, which leads me to does DJ know the card?
Is Hanma walking down to the ring?
I'm just going to name the matches, and
okay.
I'm going to see if you're interested in any of them.
Okay.
Javon Evans versus Ethan Page.
I don't know who Javon Evans is.
Perfect.
So no.
NXT tag titles: Nathan Frazier and Axiom.
That's Fraxium
versus Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura.
No. Not interested.
All right.
I have no interest in WWE Inamura. I'm not going to subject myself to further heartbreak.
Oh, I think he wears a cool leather jacket.
Does he?
Yeah.
All right, I could be bought.
Strap match: Trick Williams versus Eddie Thorpe.
That's Native American DJ, once Carl Fredericks.
Yeah.
I think he's dating Dakota Kai, too, if I'm correct.
Yep.
Good for him. I'm glad to see that he recovered from himself, pushing himself over, or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah. Having like fainting spells.
Yeah, it's so weird. All to trick the Rock's shitty daughter. I'm sure he could have just jingled your keys in front of her face. That Trick Williams, all right.
All right. For the North American Women's title, Fallon Henley versus Stephanie Vaquer.
Do I know what Fallon Henley is? She the gothy one in Chemical X with Shotzi?
No, that's Tatum Paxley.
Oh, and TNA superstar Tatum Paxley.
Yes.
I don't think I know who Fallon Henley is.
I only know Tatum Paxley because of ripping these fucking cards with my brother-in-law.
But I like Stephanie Vaquer, so that match will probably be good.
Fatal 4-way for the women's title: Julia versus Bailey versus Roxanne Perez versus Cora Jade.
Okay. That's a shame that Cora Jade's in that
I would
match.
say one of these things is not like the others.
Who was the third one?
Roxanne Perez.
She's all right.
Yeah.
I would much if this leads to Bailey versus Julia 1-on-1.
Yeah.
That's a special match for special people.
Mm-hmm.
You know that Miss Pam is a sister? I do.
Sure do. Shout out
that'll
to
be
Pam.
that'll be all right. That'll be fun.
NXT Championship triple threat match.
Okay.
The champ Ova Femi
right?
versus the challengers Austin Theory
If you say Brian Pillman Jr., I swear to God.
and Grayson Waller.
Oh my God. Oh, I threw up in my mouth a little and out of my butt. That's the main event?
That's the main event. I swear to God.
Aren't they a tag team, those two?
I guess, but that's your main event.
Right? Isn't that like A-Town Down?
Yeah.
It's not a 2-on-1?
Nope.
It's a 3-way?
Yep.
What is...
Listen, I can't...
Is Sean doing Somas again?
I can't... Did he ever stop? I can't shit talk Grayson Waller. He's an Eagles fan, and he was doing shoeys this weekend.
Okay, well...
Go Grayson Waller with his belt. Bring it home.
That, No.
Yeah.
So no. I'm sure that's this weekend.
So that's what, 1 out of 6 matches, or one, maybe 2 out of 6
that I would maybe consider watching.
If I tell you
if you tell me that they're good, that is it.
Yeah,
that main event that's insane.
That's one of those
that is like a magic spell that somebody wrote on a piece of paper that should have never been written down.
That's one of those where I'm gonna have to check the next morning. Like, is anything recommended here? Yeah. Okay.
Yikes.
So yeah, there you go.
Is it going to be on the cock? Is that where they put that?
Yeah,
okay.
So, all right.
Boy.
Let's get
that main event is rough.
Let's get away from that. Let's get to AEW.
Oh my God, that's a rough main event.
We're going to Collision.
AEW Collision.
Number one thing I have listed here: Hot Crowd.
Oh, listen, we're going to talk about this. I'm going to get out of the way now. 2 more AEW shows that I think were both very good.
Yeah,
I think they are on a good streak right now. I hope they can maintain it.
Yeah,
I think AEW gets better when football season is over because Tony Khan loses a job.
That's true.
I think that's what we're learning, maybe.
Yeah.
But really good shows. So we're going to talk about them here. But yes, very hot crowd. And is this and Dynamite recorded in the same place?
No.
Okay.
No, this was different.
Was Collision live?
I don't know.
I do not understand AEW because I didn't realize that they recorded Dynamite early because of the trip to Australia.
Yeah, that was recorded Tuesday.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is going on? So, all right.
So I thought the Mox promo to kick off the show was very good.
Mm-hmm.
He sounded like he actually had an object,
Yes.
like a mission to fulfill here.
Yeah.
Talking about I'm going to break Copeland's neck.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it. He sounded mean and menacing.
Yeah, he's sick of the rated R superstar.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about this because they're on every show, but the Death Riders are very slowly trying to turn the wheel on this thing and make it go somewhere. It's just very slow.
Yeah.
It's very slow. So slow, in fact, that I don't know that there's enough time for them to ever get where they need to be.
I don't.
But they're trying. They're getting better. It's just better than, like a solid shit's better than a loose shit. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So,
I'll tell you, I thought the Triple Threat Trios match was good.
yes. The United Kingdom versus Stone Temple Pilots versus Garcia in 2.0.
The United Kingdom.
That's what they are. They're the UK
versus the Stone Temple
versus
Pilots.
STP, which is
Okay.
Shane Taylor Productions, versus Garcia in 2.0.
Yeah, I thought this was good.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was a lot of fun.
I like that.
I liked it more than I thought I would.
Yes, I like that Daddy Magic was clearly watching his Veda Scott tapes and went on commentary mid-match.
Wow.
Saying he probably asked to take the microphone though, probably cleared it with people beforehand. But anyway,
Wow.
yikes. I thought this was really good. There's a little bit of that Undisputed Era magic left in these guys, maybe.
More on that later.
But I think that Garcia is using these opportunities to show out.
Yeah, he's looking very good.
He's looking
right now.
really good.
I agree.
If that man was able to put on muscle mass in any capacity,
Chicken and rice, brother.
but yeah, and then the trios champs come out and beat everybody up, which is like, hey, they recognize.
I liked it.
They realize that there's titles.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, these actually
Yes,
matter.
right.
And then was it later in the show where they say they have the little promo backstage like, finally, somebody wants to step up. Like,
Yeah.
what? Okay,
Yeah.
that's not great, but I can buy it. Bandito Brian Keith,
This, like,
dude.
Chris Jericho was just like 3 days ago being like, who's ever been worse off for working with me? And I'm like, Brian Keith is proving right now that when he's not involved with you, even though this ties in, but he's doing the bounty hunter gear, like he's not the bad apple.
So
it's really good.
in my notes, I have 10-minute match was so much fun.
Yep.
Bandito adds so much like greatness to the in-ring
Was he really out
product.
for 2 years? Is that what they said? That's
Nah,
crazy.
was it 2 years or
I don't know. They said that on commentary.
no? Probably. And then I have fuck Chris Jericho.
Yes.
like you are ruining Brian Keith.
And he hit, and I was excited when they signed him because I saw some of his indie stuff. I liked his look. I didn't realize he was little as he was. But like I liked his look. I liked some of his work. He hits an exploder off the top rope in this match.
Yeah.
This match, I watched this and I was like, I know that it doesn't work in modern wrestling, particularly the wrestling that AEW presents to us. But this match should be the catalyst for a juniors division in that company. That's what it felt like to me.
I loved the Western standoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
It was so much fun and so cool.
Did you like it again when Jericho tried to do it 4
Fuck
days
off.
later? I saw that. I was like, what are you doing? We just saw this and it was better.
In the words of Ricky Starks, you ain't gonna stick your fangs in me, you clout vampire.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
what an asshole!
What a fucking piece
I
of
loved
shit.
it here though. The crowd went
Yeah, it was
crazy
great. It was
for
really
it.
cool.
Oh, it was awesome. LFI,
Dude,
they look so fucking cool now.
They are the cool. They're in the fucking
Yeah.
show image. Their entrance in all their fucking regalia.
Dude.
I'm not a big, we're not Drillistico guys.
No.
But like,
Hashtag not a Drillistico
yeah.
guy.
Drillista, no.
Boo.
Hey, remember how I said I was regretting I used to do that shit? I'm trying to get rid of it. But like when they come out and they got capes, they got entrance masks.
They look great.
Like they're like, I'm like, holy shit, this is like, these are the coolest wrestlers on the planet.
Yeah.
I kind of like, I saw these guys, I'm like, this is amazing. This is what wrestling is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then they just kill
Yep.
the one. I don't think they let the job guy tag out.
No,
they
they
just
just
beat up the one dude.
Dog walk that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yes.
And Commander tries to like get some revenge.
He takes them off. Or takes them off. He takes them out for a
I was
second.
like to say he beats
He
them
beats
off.
them off with both hands. I will beat
yeah.
your dick off.
And
then Hologram does his best Jeff Hardy.
dude, it looked cool though.
Yeah, it looked cool, but the dude's getting beat up, and you're like, hold on, let me do my hologram dance.
I gotta get my shit in.
Yeah, I
okay?
like that they did the blue here, right? I thought
Yeah,
that was a
it
cool
looks
touch.
cool.
It's, don't overdo it. We don't want to see a
Yeah, I don't-
Bray Wyatt WrestleMania
No,
match.
or Sin Cara wrestling in
Yeah.
orange lights. Yeah, 'cause
Oh,
that's what he needed. Less visibility
Yes.
in his fucking career.
But when Hologram and Mortos got in that ring, and they did the loopity loop,
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Dude, it was awesome.
This is the coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
Again, I know like Garcia, and he could fit in this as the technical sort of, if you will, the not as good, but like the Dean Malenko,
Malenko.
of this division. And it stinks because, like, you know, Darby's always going to be in the main event picture, and OC's sort of elevated to that. But, like, these guys doing this shit can change your audience. I really think that. And, like, when they're this good, like, the Mortos basing for hologram, they move so fucking fast.
Yeah.
That looked really, really cool.
Yep, I agree, man.
And then Roosh gets suspended because he beats up a ref, which you can't do.
I fucking love Roosh. Halftime Harley.
Yes.
Dude, Harley Cameron is a fucking star.
She is incredible. I can't wait to see her win that gold in Australia.
It's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. No.
No.
No. I want to ride the money train. She says that.
Yep.
And then she says that Mercedes is a cunning woman.
Yep.
Yeah. They created a legit star with Harley.
Yeah.
I asked in the Discord, we talked about it, like, how did AEW stumble into this star, this woman? And apparently WWE didn't want her, weren't interested. She's incredibly talented. I'm not even talking in a grease way. I can talk in a grease way, but, like, she's like under 40 matches, whatever it is. Like, she'll get there. She's picking it up a little bit at a time. You know, hopefully she's, I mean, seems like she's taking it seriously and she'll continue to improve. She's already pretty good. I don't know how Mercedes and her is going to be because I don't know how much Mercedes is going to be able to elevate, but we'll see. But Harley is it. Like, she has it. She's locked in on this stuff, the puppet stuff, the singing stuff. It all fucking works.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
And the fans all love
serious. She shows fire, and the fans are so behind her.
Mm-hmm.
Really. Like, beat Mercedes at Grand Slam, drop it back at Revolution. I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But goddamn, she's so entertaining.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think TK does that? Like, do you think he's going to give a lot of hometown people big wins for titles?
If you're smart, don't do the typical WWE thing of, like, embarrassing people in their hometowns.
Right.
Like they always used to do Jim Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, celebrate people in their hometowns. Let them get those big reactions.
Right.
Not everybody has to. Like, Buddy doesn't need to beat Okada, you know.
Right.
But, like, let's get some shine
Let's
here.
move it around. Maybe Jay White beats Moxley.
Fuck, that's my dream.
I mean, it's not going to happen because isn't it Edge him?
Yeah.
It's Edge Moxley.
It's just bullshit.
I imagine that the big pop there is going to be Jay White is going to challenge Mox.
Yeah. I hope. What do I have next? The Dustin promo. Did you have that written down?
Yeah. I have it here. He does a job. He wrestles a job guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a pro. I don't even remember that he wrestled a job guy.
Yeah, because the guy does the gold dust taunt at him. Yes. And Dustin beats the shit out of him for it.
Does.
Dustin does the everything you can do to me has already been done.
Yeah.
And then does the Dragon Hell Meet the Devil thing, which is like the theme for this.
Sure.
And it works.
I liked it though.
Listen, I wear my love of Dustin Rhodes on my sleeve. It's no fucking secret. I know the Claudio match before you fucking say it.
I wasn't.
But he's been killing it on these segments.
Oh, he's been great. Yep. He's been great.
It you know, the last of my kind and all that stuff. Jeff Jarrett noticeably absent from all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Even with Dynamite, again, like there's a ton of through lines between these shows, which never fucking happens in AEW, so it's great that it is.
Yeah.
But, like, it sure as hell looks like they swapped Jarrett out because they didn't like the way the first Jarrett MJF thing went.
Yeah.
Who knows? Because they're also doing the Hangman stuff. Like,
I think Jeff just got bumped.
Right? Because, like, how do you...
Because it was bad.
Right, but can you go from Dustin to Jarrett to Hangman? I think you're going Dustin to Hangman. I think MJF takes his liberties on Dustin and it goes right to Hanger.
I think so, too.
So I think Jarrett... I think you're just like, hey, this didn't work the way we wanted to.
This was really bad.
You got a little caught up in it. Maybe we don't want to call every woman in your lives fucking whores on TV.
Yeah.
And Jarrett is more expendable and more valuable in other roles behind the scenes in the company than MJF is. So, and honestly, Jarrett wasn't performing like Dustin did for these. And I'm a reformed Jarrett guy.
Sure.
But Dustin has been knocking these out of the park.
I agree. Did you like Megan Bayne laying out Thunder Rosa?
I mean, I like when Megan Bayne does a lot of things.
This included.
Yeah. Listen.
Yep.
Rosa versus Penelope.
I didn't watch the match.
Dude, it sucked. It sucked out loud. It fucking blew. Like, I don't want to be that guy. Thunder Rosa is maybe the most hit and miss wrestler on the entire roster.
Yeah, she falls into that inconsistent for sure.
Like, she's so good at like the brawling deathmatch stuff. She looks good in Ashless Chaps, but like when it's called on for a straight match like this, it stinks.
Yeah, it's not
good. Like her Aminata was like the last actual straight up wrestling match she had that was any good, and I was like, this just stunk. Yeah. But then Megan Bain comes out, and that's cool.
Yep, cool with that.
Megan Bain, I don't know about her work rate. We've seen her work a little bit. Yeah. She's in Stardom. She's fine, whatever. She definitely gets by on her size and her looks.
Of course, which
so
did Kevin Nash.
Right. I look at a lot of when I watch Megan Bain matches, I have a lot of questions about Megan Bain. There's things I need to know about Megan Bain.
Oh boy,
that I don't know that will ever be revealed to any of us.
Oh boy, okay.
But the question, we'll see what happens. We'll see where AEW takes her. But there's questions and concerns.
Sure. I like that,
and also her taste in men is not great.
Well, there's that. I like that they showed the footage from Defy from Friday night of Ricochet showing up at Defy.
Yeah,
wearing the embassy robe.
Yes,
and then Swerve just kicking the shit out of him.
They didn't show the new world champion though.
Oh no, they didn't. But yeah, yes. I thought that was very cool to show that. Right. I like that.
That's cool
to show like, hey, shit can happen anywhere.
And they've done
support indie wrestling.
They've done that a couple times, and I like that. Go support indie wrestling as opposed to destroying it by signing everybody to WWE ID and then pulling them from indie shows to go wrestle in a warehouse for Gabe Sapolsky.
Not that Tony Khan hasn't.
Right. Right, absolutely.
Listen, some people may say about people canceling on fucking toy shows and having conniptions about it. This led into Ricochet.
Who's Bun B?
I had in my notes, does DJ know Bun B?
No. You know Bun B? Why do you have to ask that question? You know. We've been friends a long time.
Bun B?
We spent a lot of time together.
Come on.
I don't know Bun B.
Too short, shouts him out and blow the whistle.
I don't know what any of those words are.
Bun B, that's Texas, baby.
I don't know what that means.
What you know about Trill? What you know about UGK?
Trill London? I know Trill London.
Not Trill London, Trill. UGK?
Eugene Nagata?
No, UGK?
Nope.
King Cannon, fucking
brother,
learn
listen
him,
to me.
please.
No, listen.
Learn him.
Listen to me.
I can't handle it.
You know me. You know I'm not going to know these things.
I know you're down with OPP.
I'm down with OPP. I don't know this shit. The man makes burgers.
Yes.
Ricochet told me they weren't any good. Yeah. I don't know that Ricochet is trustworthy. And then he beat that other guy up.
Yeah.
Who was just a job guy. Now he's not affiliated with Bun B in any way.
No, he's not affiliated with Bun B's Trill Burger.
So he's just a hamburger dude.
Yeah.
What's a Trill Burger?
It's a Trill Burger. It's
what does that mean?
Because you're down in Bun B. That's Texas, baby.
What's a Trill Burger? Why is it? What is Trill?
Trill.
What does that mean?
It's Trill.
What does it mean?
You don't know about Trill?
I don't know shit.
Fucking, I'm about to FaceTime Kincannon.
I had to read shit about the halftime show. I don't know what the fuck Bun B is. Are you kidding me?
I was laughing because I was like, oh, Kendrick Lamar, Michelle's favorite basketball player.
I loved the halftime show.
It was great.
But I had to look up references. I needed footnotes and indexes and thesaurus.
Listen, about the halftime show, I love Kendrick Lamar. I'm definitely a fan of his older stuff, like Good Kid, Mad City, Damn, even up to like To Pimp a Butterfly. Newer stuff I don't love, like Squabble Up is kind of meh. Mm-hmm. I mean, Not Like Us is obviously the biggest fucking death knell in anybody's career.
Listen, the size of the nuts on a man who goes on national television and says, I know you want me to do your favorite song, but people like to sue, and then does it and looks in the camera and doesn't say it. The crowd says it.
Yep.
Those things are swinging low. That's why he had bell bottoms on, because he needed room down the bottom to fit his nuts.
That image of him looking into the camera saying, "Hey, Drake."
Yep.
Like, yikes.
Yes.
Oh,
crazy. I don't know nothing about Drake either, except that he was in a wheelchair when he was in high school in Canada.
It's true, because he got shot. He got shot by Rick.
Oh.
Because he made fun of him, and they tarred and feathered him, and Rick thought that it was after a smart brain competition or whatever.
A smart brain competition?
I don't know. Knowledge is trivia. Whatever. Shut up.
Smart brain competition.
Smart brain competition.
I like it.
It was after that. And he thought that they actually accepted him. Then they tarred and feathered him on stage. And then he didn't believe Drake, a.k.a. Jimmy. Mm-hmm. And so he fucking shot him in the back.
Wow. Well, there you go.
And this was after he shoved down Terry in the woods.
Oh, not Terry.
And Terry hit her head off a rock.
Oh. Where were Jay and Silent Bob in all of this?
No, nowhere to be found.
They've been on Degrassi.
They sure were.
But later?
I don't know the time frame,
Okay.
but this was during Degrassi: The Next Generation.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm a fucking weirdo for that show.
Yep.
All right. This leads to Mariah May beating up some jobber.
Yes.
I loved the return of the deathmatch legend.
You can go
Luther.
You can go back on this show and listen to our complaints and our problems with AEW production, with AEW camera work, with the way they do things and what out of place sometimes and issues and all this sort of stuff. The switcheroo to Tony
incredible
here was perfect.
Yeah.
I don't even know if the crowd saw it happen.
I don't think they did.
Like, it is crazy. When she picked her up, I'm like, I had no idea. I was as shocked as everyone. Really, really great.
So Mariah beats down the jobber, puts Tony Storm's robe on her, is putting lipstick all on her face. Luther makes his triumphant return.
Right, with the bloody shoe.
And he hands the shoe to Mariah. Mariah goes to go back at the jobber, picks her up, and it's Tony Storm looking like a maniac. And Tony just beats the shit out of her.
Absolutely amazing.
Chases her off through the crowd. Tony gets on Luther's shoulders, and it's fucking awesome.
What a good fucking program.
I can't wait for that match.
Tony has to win this title back in Australia.
You would think, right?
I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. I guess Mox Edge is the main event, but it shouldn't be. Honestly,
I don't know if it.
This is a better program.
That's not for the title in Australia.
No,
it's
not for the women's title.
No, Mox and Edge and Edge. No, that's a tag match.
Is it?
Yeah, Mox and Edge is at Revolution.
Oh,
this is the Brisbane Brawl.
Oh,
it is Edge and Jay White against Mox and Claudio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Then that's where Jay White will get his big Australia win.
Should. Yes.
All right.
Main event: Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe.
Yeah.
Brother, this was fucking incredible.
Fletcher is like, all right, I'm a short boys now. Like, I'm just full Randy Orton now.
I love it.
And he looks awesome.
Yeah, I thought this, this is the second match they had.
Yeah.
This was better than the first, I think.
Yeah. Mark Briscoe is incredible.
Mark is such a great babyface. Kyle's such a great heel, though.
Yeah.
I mean, the dynamic just works. Briscoe gets a ton of color.
All-time Blade guy. One of the best ever to run the Razor, and I mean that. That dude...
The man loves the business.
He hits it, and it's always fucking good.
Yeah. I love, dude, when Fletcher was doing those running kicks in the corner, it looked like he was obliterating Briscoe with them. The table spot on the outside where Mark jumps off the top rope and gives him the standing froggy bow through the table looked insane.
Well, and Fletcher committed to it completely, so he jumped up and back a little bit. Just working in unison like that, all that kind of shit. And
then Fletcher winning with the fucking El Generico brainbuster. Whoa.
Yeah. Fletcher is
my God, he's so fucking good.
It's Fletcher's the guy that we knew he was going to be. Yeah. We just thought it was going to take a little longer.
I didn't think it was going to be this quick.
Because we thought him and Davis were going to have a really good run until Davis got hurt.
Yeah.
And he's just developed into this crazy good talent, crazy good heel. His in-ring stuff is getting better and better, and he's already fucking great.
Yep.
And then you have Mark Briscoe, who is outside of Darby, maybe even more than Darby, who's still off wanting to climb a fucking mountain.
Sure.
Briscoe's bulletproof.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to win shit. People love him because he's so genuine, and his matches always fucking rule. They're like, yeah, go out there with Mark, put on a good one.
Yeah.
He's just that fucking good. All-timer Mark Briscoe.
I loved this match, dude. I thought this was fucking awesome. Again, such a great showcase for Kyle Fletcher, too. Yeah. He got his win back from the Continental Classic. God damn it, that kid is so fucking good.
There's so many things that AEW is doing, and I hope they continue it. But little things like this are done really, really well. And they've developed Kyle Fletcher really, really well.
Yeah.
I don't know why they can do it with Fletcher and not some other people. Maybe that's just because it's Fletcher's that good, and Fletcher's the one, is more available to listen and be molded and whatever, and just naturally has that ability. But that they've made a superstar out of that kid. There's no way that he doesn't get money thrown at him when his contract is up, whenever it is.
He is, dude. WWE, like Triple H would go nuts for him.
Right.
How could you not? He's young.
Right.
He's muscular as
they don't,
fuck. He wrestles he already wrestles like Randy Orton.
I don't know that WWE has a under 25-year-old on their rosters anywhere that's as good as Kyle Fletcher.
I don't think so.
Because I don't think WWE has anybody under 25.
Roxanne Perez, maybe.
Well,
but yeah, fucking incredible.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dynamite.
Another great Dynamite.
Again,
let's go.
Red hot crowd.
How would you feel about the silent opening of everybody working out?
I was kind of all right with that. I liked it. Different.
Yeah.
Nobody had to say a word. I kind of enjoyed it.
Just everybody looked serious. WWE used to do that.
Everybody
like you'd
looked
see
focused,
people. Yeah, like everybody's like, all right, we know where, especially because there's so many through lines from Collision that we kind of know where everybody's going. We know what in everybody's head.
Yeah.
So like, and also you just get to look at people like looking cool backstage.
Yeah.
Like just getting fucking pumped up. So
yeah. We start the night off with the best wrestler alive open challenge Max Caster. He
has a certificate that says
does.
So.
Getting answered by the Hangman. I love that Caster like right out of the crowd tried to hide amongst the crowd. Yeah. Hanger just finds him and beats the goddamn shit out of him. Hangman is so fucking good. It's like he's taken the dynamic of like that heel turn where he's like a menace.
Yeah.
But now he's kind of playing to the crowd again. And the crowd just loves him for it even more.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. I love Hangman.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if this Max Caster stuff like happens every week, I'm fine with it.
It works.
It works to get guys over.
Right. I want to see Bowens. Obviously, like when they split, I was like, oh, cool, we're going to see, and we haven't seen him yet, which is a bummer, but whatever.
Yeah.
The time will come. Like, I thought this was going to be Caster wrestle, like it's the equivalent of Gilbert comes out every week for Caster to beat him up, and then, I got this next guy, and then it ends up being Bowens, and then, whatever.
Yeah.
But like they weave this Hanger shit in there. So like Hanger has like 2 through lines going on in this show, sort of the glue of holding us all together.
Yep.
And it's just super smart. Hanger's a guy you want to keep on TV every week. The fans react really big to him. Another great crowd here.
Red hot.
So like, this Caster stuff, like this is the right way to do like a sniveling heel.
Yeah. And
Caster seems to be pretty good at it.
I agree.
So,
next match was for the trios titles.
Yes, the United Kingdom again.
Yes, Death Riders versus the Undisputed Era.
Yes.
Undisputed Kingdom, whatever the fuck their names are.
Yeah.
When you said before, I think there might be a little bit of gas left in that Undisputed tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was it.
So
they looked so good together.
They did. In my notes, this is how I felt in the moment. Not bad at all. But I wasn't in a Adam Cole's a legitimate threat mood when I watched this.
Yeah.
So I'm watching this. I'm like, man, look at Roddy. Man, look at Kyle.
Yeah.
And then Cole got in, and I'm like, man, like I don't know that I can believe you beating these guys up. Well, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
I just go back and forth on them.
No, I get that.
But
you just don't like little guys,
right? He's too short. I adopted your world.
Too short, Bubby. That's Texas, baby.
I don't know what any of that means. But it was good. How do you feel about the nut shot finishes that the Death Riders constantly use?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
It's Yuta. He's a fucking dickhead, dude.
I like it when Lucky 13 did it in LVAC, nut shot finishes. But I don't know, like
something tells me they're not stealing it from him.
They might be.
Okay.
You don't know that. But yeah, I want to see them do a little bit more. Because they do a lot. AEW as a whole sort of does that, like chair ref distraction, cheating thing. Yeah. And I thought they were going to do it again later, and I was like, "You fuckers!" Yeah. And they didn't. And they surprised me for the first time.
Yeah.
And then we get Garcia in 2.0 running everybody off.
Yeah. So it looks like you're going to get Death Riders versus Garcia 2.0 at some point.
Which I love 2.0 and I love Garcia. That ain't a challenge.
No.
It'll be a good match. It ain't a challenge.
No. What do you think about Mox getting jumped backstage by Edge and
Switchblade? Cope. I was like, oh, cool. We're doing something else.
We're doing something different.
Like the whole time we're like, why not do this or why not go after that or whatever?
Dude, when they threw Marina in that room, and they brought out the bolt cutters.
Yeah.
I swear, I don't know why. I thought Jay White was cutting her finger off.
Yes.
I was like, holy fuck, we're
Yes.
going to a different level.
Absolutely.
But
It's a Suicide Kings move.
cutting off the chain.
Yeah, for the three
for
people
the
who know that movie.
briefcase. Yes.
Yeah, I thought for sure, and the reveal will come later. Doesn't, kind of. But I thought for sure they were going to open the briefcase and it was going to be empty, and Mox was like, you guys are fucking stupid. You think I'm carrying this around in a briefcase? Like,
that would have been kind of funny.
whatever. Like, keep the briefcase, you idiots.
Yeah. That would have been funny if he was like, see, it's your egos again.
Yeah, right. But I was like, all right, let's do something a little different. Let's
Yeah,
let's give somebody an advantage. Yeah.
Is it Hangman's getting interviewed?
MJF is getting interviewed.
Okay,
and
MJF's
Hanger
and Hanger
comes in and
interrupts.
goes, leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which Miss Renee. Oh, baby.
Uh-huh.
I loved this.
Max makes some crack about booze, and Hanger's like, that was 6 months ago. Like, what are you doing? This is all you got?
And then Max
Or
turns,
5 years ago. It's been 5 years. This is what you have?
and then Max turns it on.
Mm-hmm.
Just talking about like, you don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Like you want to portray this guy, and he goes, I can see it's tearing you apart.
Yeah.
This is the Max that I like.
Yeah, I don't know what the difference is. Like,
Because he's not just being like the low hanging fruit guy.
Right.
Like he's
yeah.
being that like I'm gonna get in your head and I'm gonna fuck with the way
Right.
you're feeling, because I see how you're feeling.
Yeah.
You don't want to admit it, but I'll say it for you.
Yeah. I don't know, more so from like a production standpoint, like why the last couple, I mean, like this whole show is, but like who is in Max's ear helping him? Because most of the time, historically, when he's done this shit, it's been bad.
Yeah.
He goes too long, too far, too easy. And these last couple of shows, like, he's been hitting really, really good stuff. And I'm like, is somebody helping him? Maybe someone isn't anymore, and he's like, I do it this way.
Yeah.
Is somebody in his ear? Is some, like, who's there with him figuring this shit out? Because he is being more effective
Yeah.
in these last couple of weeks than he has been since before he held them up the first time.
Yeah, and like he talks about, you want these people, oh, you're boo-hoo, I'm sad because these people don't like me anymore.
Yeah.
And, he's like, I'm the one that they should be cheering, if anything.
Right.
I just thought it was real good, because then he walks away, he goes, see you later, Seabiscuit. And Hangman just stands there with a look on his face like, oh, fuck, he's right.
Yeah.
I thought it was so well done. What do you think of the Ops?
The Ops.
The Ops.
I hate that name.
You're just not with it, bro. You ain't got Ops out here?
Is this another thing that I don't understand because I'm white?
Wow.
It's what it is. I'm an out-of-touch white guy.
Oh my God.
It's 100% what it is.
I mean, I'm white.
Yeah, but you're way more into cooler stuff than I am. I am
very white.
I am not cool. I do not follow cool pop culture anymore.
You got Ops out here in these streets?
I don't know what that means.
You got shooters?
Well, I don't know what that means.
Okay.
What's that from?
It's just from life.
Right. Okay. Exactly. Not the life that I lead. I
got
live
Ops.
I live in the woods, and I organize comics every day.
Yeah, you don't have any Ops up there.
I don't know what Operation, the board game. I don't understand.
Oh, this is Ops. Not the Ops. Ops is watching.
Sure.
Come on, dog.
Cops. I know what cops are. But I can't be mad at the team.
No, it's a great team.
Yeah.
Hookspot Brothers.
Did you
Shabbat is my brother.
Did you see the thing where somebody posted, I think, in the Discord where they were about Samoa Joe?
That was me.
Oh, was that you? Where was like I don't know internet, I don't know AEW that well, but this looks like Yuji Nagata got like turned into a monster.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
Ops is coming, baby.
Okay.
Shout out to the Ops.
I like the positioning of like Christian away from the main, because that's where he was tied up and it made no fucking sense.
Nope. Real dumb.
So this ties back in, even though the Hook thing we thought was kind of done. This team, like, this is where Hook needs, I think, to develop.
I'm fine with him being with Joe and Shibata.
Yeah, right.
No
and I think
problems
it's the place for him to actually grow and develop and to learn
Yeah.
from a couple guys. Because I'm going to tell you, we're going to talk about this later, but that Shibata guy is really good at taking wrestlers who have been doing things one way for a long time and then helping them turn it around and turn it on and maybe reach peaks that nobody thought you were going to reach before.
I agree.
So Hook, who I am give or take from a wrestling standpoint, he's fine, but he's a little one-sided, got a little exposed when they were doing all that stuff. But if you're traveling the road, I don't know if you are, whatever, they don't do that anymore, but you know what I mean? You're hanging around and working with Samoa Joe and Shibata. If some of that don't rub off on you through osmosis, at least, you don't have a place in this business. Those are two of the best to ever do it. So exactly. I think it's a really good spot for him.
Yep.
And also working against Christian is just,
you're only going to improve.
Right, you're only going to learn. So that's cool.
Poor Willow.
Yeah.
Willow starts talking about, like, coming back from Japan and Marina just hits her in the fucking ribs with a pipe.
Right.
Calls her a bitch.
And we've been saying for a while, like, why hasn't there been a female opposition for Marina in all this? And so it's Willow here, clearly.
Should have been Willow, like, months ago.
Right. Everything should have been Willow months ago.
Yeah.
She was talking about how she's going back to Tokyo Joshi Pro to wrestle Miyu Watanabe. What a match that's going to be.
Wait.
But I think Willow getting hit here is going to foreshadow some maybe some return of some friends of hers, a friend of hers maybe gets folded back into all of this because Willow got taken out. So
you don't touch your friends. Hobbs.
Jericho comes out in this dumb fucking hat.
This is the Jericho shit. I fucking hate it.
He does the same fucking thing. The spot with Bandito.
Hated it.
The only
just because it worked with Brian Keith doesn't mean it's going to work with you.
Right, you fucking
get your fangs out of me, you clout vampire.
I don't know if this is Jericho either thinking I could do that better. And doing it, or
absolutely,
or if it's Jericho thinking he's well, all the fans think I just do this anyway, so I'm going to lean into the bit and repeat your shit. Either way, it sucked.
Yeah,
the only saving part of this segment is when Hobbs comes out.
Well, it's Big Bill,
and we get
comes out with the fucking collection for Bandito,
right?
And then Hobbs comes out and whoops Bill's goddamn ass.
Right, and every interaction of Hobbs and Bill over the last couple of weeks has been fucking great.
Yeah,
and we got more of that.
Yeah, Hobbs sticks him with the spine buster. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you're probably on TV eventually going to get Hobbs and Bandito versus Jericho and Bill.
What a weird tag team. Hobbs and Bandito.
That is or Bill and Brian Keith again versus those two.
Yeah, that's probably the way you go. That's a better match.
But goddamn, dude.
Is there a way to get...
I love Hobbs and Bill just kicking each other's ass.
Can we write Tony Khan? Maybe Joe can send it in a packet, to just do it slow enough so Jericho doesn't catch on that he's just a manager now.
Yeah.
Just slowly fade him away until he's just
gone.
Humperdinck or whatever. Just get him.
Wow.
Let's just slowly fade him out.
Yeah. I agree.
Yes.
MJF versus Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah.
So they're giving this to us commercial free.
They are.
Which I liked because, listen, it's 11 minutes, but it felt like a longer match in a good way.
Yeah.
I thought this was awesome.
That was really good. Right.
And, we talked a little bit about it off air, but MJF was busting his ass for Dustin.
Selling like crazy. And again, historically, if you've listened to this show, us praising MJF happens, at least recently, very little.
But we've always said
in my next point, yes.
He can fucking go.
When he gets in that ring, the dude can fucking wrestle.
Yeah.
And that's why he's gotten, I think, the leeway that he has. Yeah. Is because when everything was leading to a pay-per-view match, against Danielson or whoever, he fucking delivered in those matches.
Always.
Big time.
Always.
And he's a great match here against Dustin.
Yeah.
And he's selling like crazy. Dustin looks good. They're kicking out of shit. This was a really good match.
Yep.
They just it's really good. Dustin looked good.
Yeah.
He had his little promo beforehand. Comes out they're investing in all that.
The crowd is so hyped for him.
He's in Texas, so he gets his Texas pop.
Yeah.
At Max has the curtain, the big MJF sheet that rolls down.
Yeah.
Which would be cooler if it was fireworks that spelled out his name, but whatever.
Well, we can't all be Sid.
That's true.
Suddenly I'm dangerous.
But this was really cool, and again, I think to me proves that Jarrett has been quietly removed from this program.
Yeah, it seems to be.
I don't know. I don't think the progression of this is back to Jarrett.
No, it's Hangman now.
It's especially because even in the promos, So, like, Jarrett, when he's, like, Jarrett for his whole time in here, and again, Jarrett will be back, but, like, not in this program. But, like, he's the last outlaw. He needs to do this alone. And Dustin's cutting these promos, like, I'm the last of my kind.
Yeah.
There's none of me left. Like, all that. I'm like, well.
And I believe Dustin more than I believe Jarrett.
Well, because, like, before Jarrett was seemingly pulled, they were showing, like, him and Dustin having an alliance a little bit.
Yeah.
And, like, Jarrett's just gone. And it's just what it is. And, you know, I like Jarrett. I know he has his detractors. I know he did a lot of dumb fucking shit in his business. I don't know that Jarrett would have had this match that Dustin had with MJF.
No, I don't think so.
I think it would have been completely different. It could have still been good.
I think it would have been a little more like dog and pony.
Right, it would have been dog and
show,
pony. Right,
you know?
Right. And this was Dustin going out and showing why he's been wrestling through fucking 5 decades. And there's also a point where Dustin grabbed his hog and shook it at MJF, and I almost fainted because the thing was as big as his forearm. So
that thing was thanging.
it was thanging.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So I love after this, MJF is beating down Dustin, and Hangman runs out, and him and MJF just get in each other's faces, but don't swing.
Yeah.
MJF starts walking away, and then turns around and just football tackles Hangman, starts beating his ass. They're brawling everywhere. They brawl out into the stands.
Everybody, yeah.
They're just kicking each other's ass. The security's all
Chuck
over.
Taylor has to come out.
Chuck Taylor,
looking good, looking svelte.
Good.
Yeah.
Jerry Lynn did. They brawl all the way back into the.
Sorry, who?
Oh, sorry, Jerry Lynn. They come back. They're still brawling in the ring, getting pulled apart. Finally, Heyman gets pulled out of the ring.
And all the way to the back.
Yeah, security leaves MJF, and MJF gets on the mic and just says, like, Hangman, you're too chicken shit. You ran from me. Like, you ain't going to come back out here. You don't have the balls to come back out here. And Hangman ran like a fucking 4.2 40-yard dash back to that ring.
Sure did.
And just starts beating MJF's ass.
Yep.
I loved the visual of Hangman getting held by security on the outside and Hangman getting held by security on the inside, MJF on the outside, but they're still like lunging at each other. I thought that looked so good.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, this was so awesome. I want to see this now.
Yeah.
This, I'm guessing, will be a Revolution match.
Yeah, I would think so.
Fuck yeah, to both guys. I think Hangman's killing it. Yeah. I can't wait for the Hangman promo where he's finally like, you know I've done a lot of wrong, but I feel justified on what I did, you know, and MJF's just going to fucking tear him down emotionally. Yeah, this is good shit.
It's best MJF stuff in maybe ever in this company, but in a long time.
Not ever.
Okay.
CM
Probably
Punk,
not.
CM Punk feud.
Well.
It's still amazing.
Yeah.
But it's fucking great. Like, you can't deny how good this was.
Yeah, right.
I thought that this was so goddamn good.
Yeah.
And we're not MJF guys.
Nope.
But
not at all.
When he is what he is last night, I go, okay, I get it.
Yep.
I 100% get it.
For sure.
Megan Bain squashes somebody.
I don't even know. They don't think they said her name.
And then when she's walking to the back, out comes Chris Statlander.
Yeah. And
they look across each other's paths, and I go, I'd want to see that.
Yeah. And I want to see him wrestle.
Huzzah.
Yeah. It stinks that Stat had to go in that ring and wrestle Penelope.
I skipped it.
Yeah,
I ain't watched that shit,
Penelope
man.
Ford has a theme. You can figure out what it is.
Yep.
See Thunder Rosa match. But to get the little Stat Megan Bain thing, because Stat had cut her promo like earlier or Saturday, whatever it was, and she was like, Willow doesn't want to hang out. Maybe I got to figure something else out.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I thought for sure that, like, when Bane came in, that they would put her back with Mercedes. And that might still happen because Mercedes doesn't need a heavy against Harley. I thought Megan Bane's eventual signing was going to be because they kicked Camille to the curb.
Yeah.
But really, they just knew what we all knew. They found out what we already knew.
Real quick. Because Camille can't shut the fuck up online.
And she sucks.
Yep.
But yeah. But the 3 women's division segments in a row, because after Stat Penelope Ford,
oh brother, we
got the Puppet Mercedes music video,
the Harley rap,
and I called Michelle in the room today when I was doing, like, setting up for the show, because I do, like, the graphics and shit during the day, and I was like, come here for a second, you gotta watch this. And she rolls her eyes because she knows it's wrestling and whatever, but she's seen the puppet before,
sure,
and it's funny. And I like puppets in wrestling, not puppets as personal trainers. But she's doing the thing, and it's very funny to see. Like, I like that she did the puppet. They had her hand up to make it look like it was a purse, and she turns around, all that stuff, and then like Michelle's like going to walk away. I'm like, no, you got to hear, this next part. And then Harley starts to rap, and Michelle's like, what? Yeah. And then she goes to walk away. I'm like, no, stick around. And then when Harley's like, I didn't always. You may say I suck. I didn't always know how to wrestle. Yeah. Just like I didn't know how to sing or play the guitar or do ventriloquism or speak Chinese. Yeah. And then she speaks Chinese, and Michelle goes, "Is she a genius?" Yeah. Like, what can't she do? And I was like, I don't know. And I was like, she's so just awesome. Like becoming this incredible talent. Yeah. And like, she's always been entertaining. And somebody brought that up, like, and I kind of forgot she was on the QTV stuff. Like, she was. When she was like with the Outcasts or whatever the fuck they were. That was when Saraya brought her in as the like replacement member. Yeah. Just knocks every opportunity she takes. She just does such a good job with it all. I really love this piece. And the crowds love her. Crowds love her. I ain't gonna be mad if she beats Mercedes. Nope. I don't know that she will. She should. But she should. She should. That's what I think. I don't know. Again, drop it back at Revolution. I have no problem with that. But also I think you could have her have Mercedes lose in a fluke, and then Mercedes moves and move her on to the because she has the secondary women's belt. Yeah, it is elevated on the show because Mercedes is holding it, but it is the secondary women's belt. That's true. Yeah, that's true. And when Tony wins that belt back off of Mariah, or have her lose, maybe. She goes away. Mercedes goes away for a little bit. Let her go defend in Rev Pro. Let her go do some Japanese shows again. If that's what she wants to do. And then you got a show in July at the stadium. There you go. Mercedes Tony Storm. Right. Just you get Tony a little run. Give her some challenges. Work her back up as champion again. Because like the story with Tony isn't like another long run necessarily. No. It's getting her win back in justification against Mariah. So you could do that. And then Tony Mercedes should tear the fucking house down at the stadium show. That's a big match, and I think that works. Yeah, I agree. And I don't know that Sasha Mercedes holds all of those belts till then. I don't know. She's had a stranglehold on the New Japan Strong title for a little while. Why not? Why, yeah, I don't know. When she wrestles those shows, man, she fucking kills it every time. Right. So we'll see. But I think Mercedes Tony is the way you go. I'd be sick. And I think a month ago I'd be like, Harley, I like her, but I don't know. No. But right now, I think it could work. Go with the hot hand. And like fluke wins happen all the time. Mikey Whipwreck was easy to be fucking champion, so you can figure all that out. But anyway, I agree. Hurt Syndicate versus the Guns. I saw somebody else say this. We've been saying this forever. Like the Guns have completely turned around for me. I love them. They're very good. A lot of it is because they bump their asses off, dude. And that's what you do against the Hurt Syndicate right now. Like it's competitive, to a point. Mm-hmm. But once it turns that corner, when the Hurt Syndicate gets control, it's over. Right. And I fucking love that. Yeah. Shelton just German suplexing them all over the place. Yep. Bobby with that one arm like lifting spine buster. I mean. Once they get control, you're done. And I don't think that hurts. I don't think that hurts the opponents in any way. I think the Guns have a lot going for them. They're good-looking kids. They got in better shape. They bump like crazy, and they have one of the best entrances in the company. I think this was almost a little bit to reintroduce them. Yeah, and now you're going to move them on and maybe get them back with Switchblade after. We'll see what happens there. But Hurt Syndicate, fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. And at the end, Murder Machine comes out. I could not be happier. Let's go. I don't care. We've said on the show, I'm not a big Brian Cage guy. I love Archer. Yeah. But like when those two came out, I'm like, yes. Yep. And like Brian Cage, just get the flippy shit out of your mind. Yep. Get any shit that that is you not on standing 2 fucking feet in that ring. Wrestle big, please. Get it out of your head right now. Because you ain't going to manhandle Shelton or Bobby. I need you to stand toe-to-toe with Bobby Lashley and you need to beat the shit out of each other. Yeah. That's all. Archer ain't going to worry about Archer's good. Like, Archer knows what he's doing. Yeah. Archer can turn it on when he needs to. Like, give me G1 Archer and this shit. Yep. But, like, meet big tag teams versus big tag teams. Let's fucking go, because I also know that there's probably, I think, a win from this weekend, there's going to be a little tag team coming back that might want to have a piece of all this and then go fuck themselves.
I agree. Main event, well, that was the main event, but this main event segment, I guess you could say. Edge and Switchblade have the fucking briefcase.
Yeah, they told Mox earlier, like...
Yeah, meet us in the ring.
Yeah, I'll give you the briefcase if you whatever.
And they're like, oh, you're going to come out here? Well, I just got to bust out the weapon. And, like, I guess they thought it was supposed to be some big thing when Edge reveals that weapon that he has.
Yeah, this is the lamest shit on the show.
Yeah, this wasn't very good.
Edge don't have it.
No.
He don't have it.
Should be Moxley and Switchblade.
Right.
It should be.
Switch has breathed life into this.
Yeah.
And I understand you want to go with Edge. I understand that Edge is like, you still think that somebody's going to realize that he went there and turn on the TV when they haven't watched AEW because Edge is there.
Yeah.
But him bringing out a spiky board is like, okay, whatever. And he's like, I'm going to open it with this. It's like, no, you're not.
No.
That's not an opening tool.
So silly.
Like, you're going to hit a safe with a baseball bat and hope that it opens? Like, it makes no sense.
Not going to happen.
Though he didn't get the pop. This was a loud-ass crowd and nobody... there was cheers, but, like, not the reaction he wanted. Like, he thought he was going to get, like, Foley coming out with the barbed wire board.
Oh, fuck, Edge has this big spiky thing.
Yeah, and, like, or, like, it was going to be, like, Sting in the black bat or something. I was like, no, he just has a nail board that he can't actually use on anybody ever.
Yeah, because you will legit kill them.
Yeah, this... whatever, it's fine, but, like... It's easily the dumbest thing on the show for me.
I agree.
Which is crazy. But that's how I think everybody feels that way.
Yeah.
The Death Rider stuff is your main event program.
I know.
And it is most of the time the weakest shit on your show.
It's like between Collision and this, it got like a little better.
Right.
But then this segment happens and it takes a back step again. Like,
because of Edge. Because the Death Riders do come out and like Marina sneaks off with the thing and whatever. And Moxley finally agrees to the match at Revolution and all that. But like, yeah.
No,
like I said, they're making such small changes that I just don't think there's enough runway left for this plane to take off.
I agree.
I
agree. But again, overall, two very awesome AEW shows this week.
Great week of AEW.
They're trending in the right direction.
2 or 3 weeks in a row of really solid material.
Yeah. Very excited for Grand Slam Collision.
You're right. The Grand Slam's going to be cool. I don't know when it's on, after the All-Star game or whatever.
Late Saturday night.
That's fine. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'll be waiting. I mean, I don't watch Collision live.
It's 11 o'clock night on a Saturday. But probably going to be home.
So. Yeah, but that's the thing, because normally I'm hanging out with Michelle, and I'm not like, hey, you know how you let me have Wednesday night to myself?
I'm going to need Saturday too.
I'm like, it's Collision, I'll watch it later.
Yeah.
But if it's after, she's in bed because she's not a late night person like I am or you are, I'll put it on.
Yeah.
I might even watch some of the All-Star game. I don't know. I like dunk contests.
Yeah, I know what they used to be, but...
No. Dominic Wilkins still ain't in them?
Nope.
How's Spud Webb doing? Is he still out there?
Sadly,
no. Okay.
All right, well, let's take a trip.
We're taking a trip?
Let's do it.
All right, we made it. What a glorious trip.
We did, but I made a solo side mission first.
Yeah.
I went to the UK.
Oh, jeez.
I went to Eve, Riot Girls of Wrestling, as I talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It was called Eve 131 Multiverse Rumble.
Sure.
This was the show where Ospreay showed up and hit that pedigree.
On the little Triple H.
Yeah.
I
didn't watch that part.
I like that people...
I didn't watch that match.
And by people, I mean like Bully Ray and whoever the fuck else. Brother Deadman, whoever the fuck they did when he put their Deadman Dudley, whatever the stupid bullshit there.
Yeah, cool.
But I like how, they shouldn't have done that. And it's like, Triple H has made a career out of having himself dressing up or having other people dress as Slaughter. Like, all that. Like, come on, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
So I watched this because I wanted to watch the main event.
Yes.
Jamie Hayter versus Alex Windsor.
Okay.
Which you've seen Alex Windsor in AEW before. That is the beau of Will Ospreay.
Yes, and she's wrestling in Australia because they're doing Global Wars for Ring of Honor. And she's on that show.
Good for her.
Is she wrestling Athena?
I don't know, but it'll be good.
She might be.
So this match was really good. They just kind of beat the shit out of each other.
Good.
Jamie Hayter is back, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This was Hayter's home promotion, which I did not know that.
Okay.
Crowd was, of course, super hot for it.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Hayter wins. This is the best Jamie Hayter match since she returned. And if you're a fan of Jamie Hayter, I highly suggest seeking this out. It's on YouTube. It's free. Jamie Hayter fucking rocks, and to see her in front of a crowd just showing her that love again makes me a very happy person because she is fucking awesome.
Cool.
Then I traveled to Japan by myself.
Oh.
Apparently.
Well, I was on the way. You just, you
Got there first.
You were halfway around the world before I started.
So I made a stop at Tokyo Joshi Pro.
Yes.
The Futariwa Princess Max Heart Tournament 2025 Finals.
Right.
So this is their
Exactly.
this is their annual tag team tournament.
Yes.
This was the team of Kaioraku Kayome, which is Shoko Nakajima, and Hyper Masao,
That's great.
going up against Palm Paler, Maxie Impaler, and Palm Harajuku.
Good for Max.
Match is fine.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's fun. A lot of fun comedy stuff.
Yeah.
At one point, Hyper Masao rides her bike down the stairs of Korakuen.
Okay.
And it looked so scary, but it was very funny too. I kind of wanted Palm Paler to win because I love their dynamic. They're very fun together.
Yeah.
But it was still good. I need more Palm Paler in my life. I need Palm to come over here. I need Palm and Max to go on a tour, just wrecking fools. I need them in LVAC again. Let's make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Palm fucking rules. Big fan. So,
Yeah.
now
Now
we're going to go to
it's time for
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yes.
A new beginning in Osaka.
So you said you stayed up. Did you watch this entire show?
I didn't watch the entire show.
Okay.
I woke up a little early to watch.
Okay.
Thankfully, I woke up where I wanted to wake up.
Okay.
I kind of saw the match rundown and I went, all right, we'll wake up here.
Okay.
And it ended up perfect. I have 3 matches to talk about.
1, 2, 3. I have 4.
Okay, well, what's your first one?
Shingo versus Drilla Maloney.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
Okay. It was good.
Yeah.
So
I kind of figured it was going to be, but I just didn't.
The clip went around of Drilla winning with the Gonzo bomb.
Did Dribble win?
Drilla won.
Okay. I like that.
This is Drilla's jump to heavyweight.
Yeah.
His hair's cut short.
Don't like that.
He wins. It's fine. Like, it's good. You could tell at times that Shingo was like holding his hand.
Okay.
That Shingo was like, nope, here, like, nope, get over here. No, this goes here. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
little things that maybe most people wouldn't notice, but I can tell, like,
Yeah.
Shingo was like shifting him in positions where he needed him for stuff or where he was supposed to be for stuff.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I think Maloney looked better with the long hair. I don't like the short hair on him.
Great with long hair.
But the steroids are a nice touch.
I'm sorry, the what?
The chicken and rice, allegedly. Maloney's making a big jump to heavyweight.
Wow, there you go. He's doing it the right way.
Yeah. But I think beating Shingo is a pretty big deal.
Sure.
And I know that so they bark because they're the War Dogs and he uses the Gonzo bomb, and Brody King did tweet like me and Maloney, like, so like he's cool with it, whatever.
Yeah, we're allowed to do this.
I think it looks better coming from Brody because he's a monster and not.
Sure.
But like, you know, New Japan has that history of juniors jumping up the weight class. It's sort of what you do. It's what Shingo did.
Yeah.
It's what a lot of people did. And it was good. You know, it's like around a 7 on Cage Match, not that it matters, but it's there. And that's about right. 3.5. Like, you know, it was fun to watch. If you were watching this show all the way through, you'd be like, oh, that was really good for like 3rd on the fucking card.
Yeah.
You know, and so we'll see. They're clearly New Japan is, I don't know if it's comfortability or if it's panic that they're like, well, let's see what this roster fucking has, because we got to figure out the future, because like they seemingly lost Cobb. Cobb's supposedly going to AEW.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Finley is seemingly gone. More on that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
No?
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
We'll talk about it after this.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that's it for that match.
Yeah.
Do you have anything before Takeshi Oleg Bolton?
No. Actually,
Okay.
You know what? Fuck it. We can talk about it here.
Okay.
No, we can't. Because, well, actually, no. The 2 people that you mentioned are both in the New Japan Cup.
Really?
David Finlay and Jeff Cobb are both in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Weird.
So
I saw reports of everybody saying that Cobb's going to AEW.
maybe.
Which means, I mean, he doesn't have to, he could do both, but whatever.
But
Okay.
Finley's in it too.
Ew.
So.
Well, that's disappointing. I thought New Japan was making a smart decision.
Yeah, the tournament's not the best, but
Chase Owens is in it, isn't he?
so is Battle of Fale.
Yeah, right. Great. Wonderful.
Weird.
I don't waste my fucking time.
Yeah, so all right, we'll talk the never open weight
Yes.
battle. Konosuke Takeshita versus Oleg Boltin, or Boltin Oleg, or if you want to listen to Dave Meltzer, Brian Alvarez have a fucking pussy fight about it for 5 minutes on what it should be. I'm sure he doesn't give a fuck.
Commentary, they call him Bolton Oleg.
Oleg Boltin, whatever.
Doesn't matter. I don't care.
Who fucking cares?
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Takeshita, you're the goddamn man.
Yeah.
But I will say Oleg gets better with every match I see him.
Yeah. This is Dude's Rock.
Yeah.
All day this is Dude's Rock.
Takeshita is at that like stage of like, Ric Flair could wrestle a broom and make it entertaining. Takeshita's there.
Takeshita to me is, and I'm gonna use Kenny's own language against him in his Logan Paul defense a little bit here, but Takeshita to me right now is the best wrestler on the planet because nobody is keeping that fucking schedule.
No. Mm-mm.
He is signed to 3 promotions. He is weekly flying from the U.S. to Japan or the Japan to U.S.
A lot of Scott.
2 promotions in Japan. He holds a title. He holds a title in AEW, a title in Japan.
Yeah.
Like nobody is dedicating themselves to wrestling right now like Takeshita is.
Yeah.
It is insane, and he always delivers.
I said here in my notes, he always raises everyone's stock.
Yeah.
He makes everybody look better.
Right.
It was like such a fast-paced, like perfect, never open weight style match.
Like once a week, he is spending half a day on an airplane to get to Japan from America or from Japan to America.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I also didn't realize this was as short as it was. This was only 11
Yep,
minutes.
short. Yep.
And every second of this was full of action. Takeshita retains, but then you get the challenge at the end from Roihei Oiwa. Let's goddamn go!
Right. Let's get these young kids where they belong.
Dude, let's
beating each other up for the Never Belt.
Let's make it happen.
Yes.
This is what I signed up for.
100% agree.
The next match that I watched for the global title.
Okay, is the tag match after this or before
No,
it?
it's before this.
You didn't watch it?
Fuck no.
The Bucks lost, though, right?
Yeah, they lost to Naito and Hiromu.
Okay.
Naito and Hiromu are now the tag
I heard
teams.
online that Naito looked extra terrible in this match.
I'm sure he did.
I had no interest in watching it.
Nope, me neither.
But the Bucks are free, so they're going to be back on our fucking television soon, and that sucks.
Cool. Can't wait.
That sucks.
Just when AEW's
Because they're legit going to come in, and they're going to help fight the Death Riders, and it's going to suck.
Yep. Cool.
Yep.
So, all right, for the global title, Yota Tsuji versus Gabe Kidd.
Uh-huh.
How about Tsuji busting out the shorties?
I know. Everybody's like, I'm going to show legs this week.
Know.
Everybody's like, no, look at my legs, motherfuckers.
What's up, boys?
Right?
This is fucking awesome.
It was very good, yes.
Tsuji and Gabe Kidd are no longer the future. They are the now, I feel.
Okay.
Both of these both have such huge crowd support. Like Shooter looks like a chump compared to these two.
Sadly, Shooter dropped off.
Fucking Ren Narita's a nobody at this point.
Yeah.
These two are the guys that I feel like are all right. We're just gonna carry you along. Like if this is what we have to do, this is what we're gonna do. Yeah, I fucking thought this was awesome. It gave me like that feeling of like, just, okay, I think I'm better than you. Oh, well, I think I'm better than you. Let's just go out and leave it all in the ring. Yeah. That's how it felt. Like they didn't hold anything back, which I love about that.
It's really interesting, too, because it ends in a draw, right?
Technically double knockout.
Sure. I think they called it a draw in commentary, though.
I don't know. But whatever. They couldn't stand up. Neither could stand up after Tsuji hit a spear.
It's interesting the way that positions the global title.
Yep.
And the strong title. It puts them on the same level, in my opinion. Like, because that's, a draw means you guys are right there even. You're completely even.
Yeah.
So, like, I think it lifts up the strong title a little bit, which is cool. I like this match. I liked Takeshita Oleg more
I did not.
And because you're higher on both these guys than I am. Not that I'm high. I like them both a ton. I'm not ready to commit the future, like the now to them, but they are definitely the future. I don't know that we're going to see either of them sniff in the main event for a little bit.
I just think it's smart though.
But it absolutely
is smart. They are the two young guys who are the most over with the crowds, and we're gonna fucking go out there and put on a 20-minute absolute shit kicking.
This falls in the same category that the Maloney thing does to me. It's like New Japan's like, all right, you know what? We've been, especially with the Waywall Musketeers, like we told everybody these guys were great. It's not really working for us. Kids showed up. He showed out. He had that match with Kenny. Like, and again, I don't know if it's confidence or if it's just we got to figure something out or desperation. But like they're just like, go do it. We'll see what this gets us. And you know, you could certainly be in worse places.
Well, it's starting to pay off because
it really is.
If you look at
it feels fresh.
New Japan a year ago, it felt very stale.
Right.
Everybody knew this Naito title reign. Nobody fucking cared at that point. They had the whole debacle with Moxley, like winning it, and then that stinker against Naito, and obviously that everybody goes, "Well, it ain't Mox's fault." Like it's time to move on.
Yeah.
And Tana's hanging it up.
Yep.
Naito should hang it up.
Yes.
I mean, it's time. Like
you
want to anoint these guys, these young guys, and you want to be known as like, hey, we're the promotion. We have the young superstars that are going to carry us and are way over. Run with it. Yeah, because you didn't even mention on the show fucking Yuya Uemura returns. Like that's another guy. His run in the G1. Yeah, he was on fire till he got hurt.
Where did he return? I didn't see him.
I think I saw a picture of him. Yeah. Was he standing over Tai Chi maybe?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But like he's back.
Great. Yeah.
He's in the New Japan Cup. Right. I mean, it's time. Cut the fucking... And not that these guys are... Some of the guys are bozos, but like...
Let's really need bozos for the undercard.
Let's really start focusing on these young guys who are getting over with the crowds.
Yeah, I feel like New Japan has the pieces now, and now they're trying to figure out the direction that they fit in. You know what I mean? Like all the pieces are on the board to put that puzzle together, but they're just like, all right, where does this guy fall? Where does Maloney fit in? How much can we get out of Gabe? How much can we get out of Tsuji compared to these other guys? Like it's really interesting, sort of experimental, but like not because they know like they're doing this shit on purpose. But it's like, how much can we get out of these guys? Because we're gonna need some people because we lost a bunch of our roster. Naito's leaving. Like, where are we going to go with all this stuff? And it's really interesting to see because like most of the guys that are like doing really well were the guys that nobody expected. You know, like Tsuji has been really good, but like everyone was split on who, particularly between him and Shooter. Yeah. And I like Shooter more, but Shooter took some bad advice or something. I don't know what the fuck happened there. But like, and then like,
see, Shooter got his head shaved.
Did he? That's funny.
I think it was by the Great Okan.
Oh yeah, that's funny. But like, all the juniors they've been having go through, Fujita has risen above all of them. Right? It's interesting to see like, and then you look at like Yuya Uemura, who was sort of left behind out of the Musketeers, and he's the guy that everybody wants to see. And then Oiwa, who you don't even send anywhere on an excursion, you send him to Noah, and he comes back and he's great. Like. It's really, it really does feel like the changing of the guard, which I think we've all been waiting for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really interesting. The thing that bothered me the most in this match is whatever the fuck they did off the turnbuckle and just fell. I don't know what it was. They did something in this match and the camera wasn't shooting it right. So I don't know if they fucked something up or if the camera angle was so bad that I couldn't tell what the move was. And I was like, guys, what are you doing? I couldn't tell what that was. And I was like, that's odd. Like, did you rush something? Or do your camera guys not know what they're doing? Yeah. Like, what part failed there? Because I can't tell. And it's fine. You botch shit. I don't care. People fuck up matches all the time. But I was just like, what was that? That was weird. But
dude, like they're just striking.
There's an overhand chop from Tsuji in this match that I thought broke bones. It sounded like bones breaking.
Yeah.
It was disgusting.
I remember that episode of It's Always Sunny where Dennis hits the fucking punching bag and then turns around and goes, my hands is now turned into soup.
Yeah.
But like I even like the crowd didn't shit on the double knockout or whatever. Like if that happened in the US, I think people would have hated it.
It's hard to do. It's a hard thing to pull off anywhere.
It's way different in Japan.
Way different in Japan.
I love this, man. And then after the match, House of Torture comes out.
Right.
They're beating down Tsuji. And then they turn their attention to start beating up Gabe Kidd, which means they're officially split from Bullet Club.
Well, Evil says,
and
like,
Evil comes back.
Tell Finley and everybody here.
Thought Evil was gone. Right. So he's back.
Yeah, well. I mean, it's better than having him come over here and invade these fucking shores like a bullshit Godzilla.
And I look at this too. Like, look at where the global title is now. You know who had it a year ago?
I don't remember.
Dolph Ziggler.
Ew. When did that happen?
He was I think he was the first global champ.
That's stupid.
You know who had the TV title like last year at one point? Matt Riddle.
Ew.
So
yeah, because a year ago
you you're wrong.
A year ago they were like, we're going to rely on all this foreign talent.
Yeah. And
this is going to lead into the main event.
Yeah. Because
the crowd did not respond in a way that I think they wanted them to.
No, fuck no.
Especially not to Riddle and Ziggler.
Yeah.
But the main event of this show.
Well, the main event of this show for the IWGP heavyweight title. Hiroki Goto.
Yes.
Versus Zack Sabre Jr.
So I woke up, came out onto the couch, and put it on. No, didn't go on my phone. No spoilers going into this. Did not want to know.
I almost called you. I was very close.
Yeah.
But then I was going to text you and Ed, but I was like, no, he didn't. He's not up. I'm not going to make it happen. Brother, can you tell me what the G in IWGP stands for?
It stands for GOTO, and by GOTO I mean GOTO.
This
and that this match happened in GOTO Osaka. That's how fucking good this match was.
Yeah, I have it. This was a masterpiece.
I watched it 3 times, Brett.
That's a little excessive. I thought it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
My goddamn heart was racing while watching this.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the energy drink that I had in the morning. I was like, this is one of those, I was up on my feet.
Yeah.
Like,
I cried. I say in the picture with tears in my eyes. I cried for real.
Yeah.
I was just so taken aback by the crowd response to Goto's entrance, to the win.
Yeah.
Like everything. I was like, holy shit.
I thought when Sabre had him in that one fucking submission in his goofy submissions, I thought like that was one of the best falls. I thought Goto was done.
Yeah.
Nope. It was just fucking incredible.
And watching this, like, I wasn't sure how you were going to respond because we're both big Sabre guys.
Oh, absolutely.
And like, his run has been good. I don't think it's been booked the best.
No.
I don't know that the crowd completely bought in.
The shooter match hurt it.
Yeah.
But then the next night against Ricochet, you're going, okay, well, there it is. You know, he's still got it, obviously.
Right. And, you know, his TV title run was better.
Well, yeah.
It just fits better with him. But Sabre, and I say this all the time, like my favorite Sabre stuff is when he's wrestling guys like Goto.
Yeah.
Especially like the last 5 years Goto, the Shibata trained Goto.
Yeah.
Because that did change a lot.
Sure.
About the man. This, like, the crowd is like violently behind Goto when he comes out. And they're ready for a New Japan guy to have this title. Not that Sabre isn't, but
they're
like
ready for Goto.
Right. They don't want a Gaijin anymore.
I don't even think
they want the story.
I don't even think it's that.
No.
They just want Goto.
Yeah.
It's the story that he's had, 9 or 10 challenges.
This was his 9th. And his first one since like 2016 or something, they said.
It's Goto.
It's
you
Goto.
Gotta cheer for this. It reminded me a lot of when they put the belt on Manabu Nakanishi. Like, the guy's never going to do it.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen. The crowd was dying for it to happen, and then it happens, you know?
Yeah.
I thought Goto, and you could say it too, thought Goto would never happen.
Right. I thought the time. Everybody thought the time was past.
Yeah. Fucking incredible, dude.
Yeah.
I thought Zach played up like his heel role in this.
His heel role was great.
He adapted to the crowd immediately and knew, okay, I know what I have to do.
His selling was phenomenal.
Yep.
Like, he made sure Goto looked like a killer.
Yeah.
He sold in ways I've never seen him sell before. The way he was selling, like, his back and, like, neck. and all that stuff. I was like, wow, like this is something.
Yeah, just
But-
it was perfect. It was perfection.
Even watching
it,
it, and I was like, I don't know if they're gonna do that. Like Goto's the always the bridesmaid. Like he is the guy.
The definition of always the
Like,
bridesmaid,
yeah,
never the bride.
that's
Same
him.
with Ishii.
Yeah,
you know?
right. And like sadly, Ishii never gonna get it, but
No.
that stinks. But Goto did. So like it is a fantastic match. It is a lot more straightforward.
Yeah.
It is also a lot more classically New Japan of a match.
Dude, there was that one roll-up falsy. I'm going, oh, fuck, I
Yeah.
lost my mind during that.
Yep.
It was perfect.
It was really, really
absolutely
great.
perfect.
Yep.
I think we're both
It was
probably
20
gonna,
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're both probably going to talk about it at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think so. It's deserving. The moment alone, like the
Yeah.
match is fantastic, but the moment alone, the kids, the streamers, the crowd,
Yeah.
like it just felt so emotional too because, we joke around with Ed all the time, like, Goto guys
Never
way
gonna get it
back.
done,
Right.
Yeah.
And listen, there was a time, and I've been anxious to talk about this on here, and I'm very excited. And I don't know how you feel about it, but there was a time when we were in the same room as these gentlemen, and everybody but me passed on a photo with Goto.
Is this the DJ victory lap? Is this what this
And
is?
I just want to, just like Chris Brooks, just like, I don't know. I just want to say that I'm right, and I have been right since, I don't know, whatever it was. But anyway, Goto rules. We know
I
that.
read you like a fucking book.
Goto rules. We all know that.
Oh, Goto's a fucking man.
And
I love Goto.
Goto
How could you not?
absolutely changed the way he wrestled when he started training in the dojo with Shibata.
Yeah. When Shibata goes, hey,
Right.
we're going to lose that belly a little bit. We're going
Yep.
to tighten you up, and you're
Right.
going to become a fucking killing machine again.
Right. It absolutely changed the way he wrestled. It made him more of a killer. And the fans knew that, and they were ready for the long term of this. And I hope he gets a good run. I know Marcus had texted like, hey, what's up with this guy? And I was like, listen, like, why off Sabre so soon? It's like, it is, but it isn't, because he gets the same amount of, like, nobody's passed 4 defenses on this belt since they've merged. I hate that they merged and like now it is a different listing.
I hate it.
I fucking hate that. Like, you should have never done that.
Yeah, maybe Goto
Like,
should bring the old belt.
Right, because like at least merge them back together, because now they're sending this to the 11th winner or whatever, and I'm like, get out of here with that shit. Like, it's the lineage of the IWGP belt. Just keep it that way.
I agree.
But nobody in this new incarnation of this belt has gone past 4 defenses. And Goto had 4. He had it for like 120 days, which is longer than either of Naito's reigns with it, not combined, but each individually.
Sure.
So like Sabre had what is a pretty common run with this.
Yeah.
And I think Sabre took it in a time where they needed Sabre to take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes a lot more. It makes it seem like this was all planned, having Sabre challenge early so he can have a little bit of a run with it. And I don't know if that was always the plan or if I don't know.
Naito forced their hand.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he forced it.
Right. But the Sabre run's awesome. And the thing is, too, is that Sabre is still a relatively young man.
Yeah.
Sabre can circle back to this title
At
again.
Yeah.
I don't know that a Gaijin has ever held the title twice.
Yeah, I mean, I know Sabre's in the New Japan Cup. So.
Right. But Goto, this is it. He doesn't have the time. He doesn't have the legs,
No.
He's not washed by any means.
Oh, God, no.
But he's up there with these guys, contemporaries to all these dudes.
Sure.
So, like, if it didn't happen, and he wasn't also said like he was never going to challenge again or whatever. So if it didn't happen here, it wasn't going to happen. And it happened to be the right time and the perfect moment.
All because he won the New Japan Rainbow.
Yep.
Look at that shit.
Crazy.
Makes you go like, wow, maybe watching this is important.
Right? Because he lost in the cup to Yoda.
Yeah.
And Tsuji didn't get the job done.
Yep.
And Goto does. And Yoshihashi jumping in the corner with his stupid face.
Fucking hilarious.
And he's had such a good run with Fisherman, like all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
It's just the right time. It's such a feel good moment.
It was perfect. It was like pro wrestling perfection.
Yep. Yeah.
I think we may both talk about this at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it.
I really
from
liked
beginning
it.
to
I
end.
really loved it.
And
I know
yeah.
I said I watched it 3 times because I watched it the first time and I kept having to pause to like do other things or talk.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I'm going to watch it again. And then I watched it again.
Yeah.
And I started to fall asleep. And I was like, God damn it. So then today I sat down and I was like, I have to watch this thing non-interrupted.
Yep.
So today was the first time I got to watch it.
Oh yeah, dude.
With only pausing it once because we had to clean Araya's butt.
There you go.
Because she took a dump on and it got caught in her fucking butt hair. Thank you, everyone on this podcast.
There you go.
300 episodes in.
That's for
let's talk
all
about my
you
cat's
people
ass.
with butt hair.
And I said to Michelle, it's like, I'm not yelling at you. This isn't like me saying like leave me alone. Just want you to know that this is a 20-minute match.
I just need 20 minutes.
That I have not been able to get through without pausing because of all of this shit going on.
Oh yeah,
but it is fucking great. Watch it.
It's incredible.
The feels are there. The match is there. It is as complete of a pro wrestling match. It's not as bombastic as Paul Stanley would say as a Omega Okada.
Sure, of course.
But it is pro wrestling at its finest, honestly.
Yeah.
So
I agree. That leads us. We have 2 questions here, pal.
Oh boy! I thought we were done with questions.
No, we saved it for here because they relate to what we just talked about. So the first one is from our young sweet Ed.
Oh, Ed going first. That's good.
이제 이번 주에 에드 코드 질문입니다.
All right. So Ed says, "Hey there, pals.
Hey, Ed.
Congrats on the Super Bowl, Brett." Thank you, Ed. I appreciate it. Even though you said you hope the Eagles lose, you fucking piece of shit. I'm kidding. You're great. 2-part question. Get stoked for it.
You know what, Ed? I'll allow it because it's the 300th episode and you've been here for at least 100 of those.
It's true. Number 1, the G in IWGP stands for GOTO.
Absolutely.
That's my guy. From day one of me watching New Japan, GOTO's been my absolute favorite.
International Wrestling GOTO Prix.
Damn right. A big win for us GOTO gang members.
There you go.
Stand up. So the question is, who's the new can't win the big one guy in pro wrestling?
I mean, it's always going to be Ishii, sadly.
Ishii. It's totally
like
Ishii.
the only thing is that, again, I still think that, like, I think if you put Ishii in this build the way you did GOTO, I think the same thing happens and works. I think they have a very similar feeling.
Yeah.
Ishii is a little older, a little more weathered.
Yeah.
But the difference is, like, I genuinely, like, Ishii, it's just never going to happen.
No.
So, like, I want to say, like, Ishii's kind of the obvious answer, but it's like, yeah, but, like, I don't even know that there's hope left. Like, GOTO was like, there's like, oh man, there looks like there's still hope in this guy. And Ishii still wrestles great matches and stuff.
Yeah.
I just don't,
It's
I don't
Ishii.
see it.
It's Ishii.
So it's got to be him. And I'm like, is there somebody, like, younger that, like, they're never going to do it with, but, like, it's Ishii.
Like, I was trying to think in America, like, can't win the big one guy, and there's not really anybody, because, I mean, fucking Jey Uso just won the Royal Rumble, so,
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation.
Yeah.
It's Ishii. I think that's
Yeah, I mean, that's, and the thing is, like, it's been Ishii also, like, we all, you know what I mean? Like, it was always Ishii and GOTO, so it's just still Ishii, sadly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know enough about any of those other places. You know, maybe, like, if I jumped over to Noah, like, I could see Kitamiya never really getting above
like
a certain level.
Soya.
I think Soya can have a GOTO story.
Unless I'm dumb and did Soya hold.
I don't know.
I gotta look that up because otherwise I'm gonna feel like a fool.
You know, but like Kitamiya has been there and has been wrestled really great matches in a really good style, but like not something Noah's ever going to commit to. So
yeah, I don't think he's ever had it.
I don't think so either. I think he just challenged for it not
I
that
know
long
he had the
ago.
national title, but not the heavyweight.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but I mean, Ishii is the most obvious answer and the most heartbreaking.
Yeah, that's just
because that man again super fucking consistent.
Yeah.
But
so Ed, second part,
yes,
going to 880. That's the plan at least Friday for their big show, and it has what I think is a first blood match. It's got a fun little Valentine's Day name, but I'm assuming it's a first blood match. So my question is, has there ever been a good one? It might be my least favorite stipulation match. Remember that one Jarrett did in TNA where they did a ref bump and rubbed the blood on a towel off Jeff Jarrett's face and put the bloody towel on his opponent's face and the ref called for the bell? That shit sucked. Jeff Jarrett sucks.
I don't remember that because I don't watch TNA.
I do remember that was real bad.
I don't remember. I only can think of one, and I don't even know what it is. Was Kane in a First Blood match?
Yeah, it was Kane. Was it Kane versus Austin?
Yeah, and Kane wore a mask and
Kane bled,
but from the arm or something.
No, he bled. I think from the mask, but the Taker hit Austin with a chair. And then the ref finally got back up and said Austin was bleeding and called the bell. Yeah, First Blood matches aren't very good. It's so hard to do.
Yeah.
I don't like Iron Man matches.
Yeah.
They're hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked Danielson MJF. I thought that was one of the rare ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like Brett, Shawn, and Mania, dude, that's not that good of a match.
Yeah.
So it's just not. But yeah, First Blood, I feel like that's an old stip anymore, especially because WWE doesn't do blood anymore. AEW's never done a First Blood match.
Oh, John Cena JBL did one at One Night Stand. According to the internet. I don't know.
Very forgettable. Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's ever been a good one. Not that I can remember off the top of my head anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. The first one was Austin and Kane at King of the Ring.
Yeah.
And it's Kane wore his full wrists and mask and everything. So I remember going there's no way he can,
because the co-main of that show.
Oh, here we go. Hold on. Holy shit! There's been 10 of them in WWF. Kane and Austin, Stone Cold and Undertaker at Fully Loaded '99.
Don't remember.
Yep. Jericho versus Ken Shamrock on an episode of SmackDown in '99.
It's random as fuck.
X-Pac versus Jericho.
Very random.
WWF Raw is War from September 25th of 2000, State College, Pennsylvania. Kane and The Undertaker versus Haku and Rikishi, February 1st of 2001 on SmackDown. Booker T versus Steve Austin in SmackDown in 2001. Angle Cena, WWE Raw in 2006 from East Rutherford, New Jersey. Mr. Kennedy defeated The Undertaker at Survivor Series in 2006 and from Philly in a First Blood match.
Interesting.
Triple H defeated William Regal in 2008. And Cena, JBL One Night Stand in 2008.
Yeah, they don't work. I'm not a fan of them.
Now, there also were First Blood matches in WCW. There's 5 of them. Ric Flair versus Hollywood Hogan in a steel cage at Uncensored 99. You can tell how good these matches are because of the year they're happening in. Sting versus Vampiro went to a no contest in Nitro from April 24th, 2000 in Rochester, New York.
Is it because they both bled or nobody bled?
No idea.
That's hilarious.
The Harris Brothers versus Chronic in a First Blood chain match, apparently, at Fall Brawl 2000. Buff Bagwell versus David Flair from Halloween Havoc 2000.
I gotta go back and watch all these.
Shane Douglas defeated General Rection to win the WCW United States Championship at Sin from 2001.
Hell of a pape.
And then there's been 2 in ECW, which is from ECW's Super Summer Sizzler in 1993. Tony Stetson defeated Larry Winters.
Jesus Christ.
And from CyberSlam 98, Justin Credible defeated Tommy Dreamer.
Okay.
There are 4 in TNA.
Okay.
Malice defeated Don Harris. Don Harris has been in a bunch of First Blood matches, apparently. Kid Cash defeats Abyss in 2003. The Outlaw defeats Kevin Nash in 2005. Oh. Who's the Outlaw? I don't know who the Outlaw is.
That was either Road Dogg or Billy Gunn.
No, it's Billy Gunn. And the last one is Eddie Edwards versus Killer Cross from Slammiversary 2019.
Dude, that shit sucks.
And Ring of Honor had 1. Ace Steel defeats Chad Collier at Supercard of Honor 2006.
I'm sure that was a banger.
So, Ed, the answer is no.
Yeah, First Blood matches suck. But I hope you have fun at 880.
I hope somebody has fun at 880.
Yeah, because God knows the shit that you send me doesn't make me want to have fun.
Yeah, I don't know. That's Junie Underwood blowing out candles. It's just, I think it just straight up blows, but whatever.
There you go. All right, time for the other question.
Oh, shit, I forgot we had another question.
Mr. Tim O'Tay.
I think Tim was allowed to have questions on the show anymore.
And now the Tim Taylor question of the week.
What you got, Timsy?
All right, so Tim's question of the week. With the House of Torture claiming sole ownership of Bullet Club, where do you see the War Dogs shaking out? Is Finlay gone? No, he's in the New Japan Cup.
Yeah, we learned that.
I learned that too, though, Tim. The pack stick together? Does Kid go solo? What about Drilla and Clark? Love you, boys. Go Birds. Didn't know you were allowed to say that.
I don't think. Yeah, I thought that's a friendship on the line right there.
I mean, I guess you're probably gonna get like War Dogs versus House of Torture,
Yeah, you'll get Maloney and Connors.
Evil versus Finley,
Yeah.
Gabe versus whatever fucking I don't know the other schmucks in that goddamn fucking.
You think that they'll drop
Stable.
Gabe Kidd down to that level?
Oh God, I hope not.
I'm thinking that they just sort of quietly walk him away while the other guys do their thing.
I don't think they will. Not yet.
I mean, they are kind of doing what we said they should have been doing, only outside the Bullet Club. Is the Kid should be leading the stable.
Yeah.
But Evil leading the Bullet Club proper now. Just kill it.
But
Kill
I
it
don't
with
think
fire.
he's not leading Bullet Club. It's just House of Torture.
I mean, he kicked him out of the Bullet Club, and that's the only
But I
Bullet
think
Club
he's
that
just
exists
calling it
now.
House of Torture.
Okay, so the Bullet Club is dead?
But I think it's still Bullet Club War Dogs. Because it was still like that mix where they were still like loosely affiliated with
Yeah.
each other. Now I think it's just, we're completely split.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, see, I don't even think I don't even think they're going to be Bullet Club anymore.
I don't
I think
know.
they're just going to be the War Dogs or whatever. And I think Bullet Club becomes like Evil and who, because like who else is there and who else is.
What do you do? Do I just stop calling them House of Torture?
Yeah, they're just back to like Bullet Club or what, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because who else is there in the Bullet Club? Like then like it's just House of Torture.
Tenji Ishimori.
Okay.
Chase Owens.
Right.
I don't know what you
I don't
do.
know.
But
I don't know.
yeah, I don't really know. It doesn't honestly.
Because if you remember, maybe I'm misremembering, but like when Evil turned and joined, he wasn't. House of Torture happened like a little bit after that.
Yeah, he was in Bullet Club.
Yeah,
but
he was
wasn't
just
the leader.
No,
It was
but
still Finley.
right, but he was in Bullet Club
But
proper.
then he broke
so,
off doing the House of Torture
right,
stuff.
and
So.
now I don't know. The Bullet Club,
honestly,
it's a dead fucking concept.
It does it's very low on my give a shit list in
Yeah.
New Japan.
I-
There's guys I liked and like nobody on the House of Torture side I give a fuck
No.
about. Obviously, I love Gabe Kidd. I like
Right.
Clark Connors. I like Joe Maloney.
yeah,
Finley shows up sometimes.
yeah.
Like,
I don't think New Japan needs a Bullet Club right now. I don't think it serves a purpose.
yeah, I don't think they do.
You know, they sure as fuck don't need a House of Torture.
Ugh, nobody needs
So,
House of Torture. That's for
yeah.
sure. Tim, thank you very much, baby.
Yep.
What were your favorite matches?
Well, the title match, Goto Saber.
Yep, that's mine.
Of course. And oh man, it's hard from. Let's see, what did AEW give me? What did it give me? Is there anything? That's the front runner. Oh man, that's that one of those two probably for sure. Thunder Rosa versus penalty for nope, that's not it. There was some good wrestling again this week. I'm between two. I'm between Fletcher Briscoe and MJF Dustin. Man. Fuck it. I don't get to praise him that often, and I don't know if it'll happen all that much again if he starts to stray off course again. MJF Dustin.
All right, I'm going Fletcher Briscoe.
Okay.
That because it was just brutal.
It's great,
and,
yeah.
Great heel versus great babyface, and I always love it. So,
Yeah. Maybe if I encourage MJF to do with the good things he's doing, he'll continue to do good things.
yeah.
That'd be nice.
All right. Did you buy anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I bought a bunch of shit.
Did you? Well, yeah.
Super Bowl gear, baby.
Oh, okay. All right.
Listen,
Did you get a hat too?
2 hats.
Nice. Like a white one and a black one, or what?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for them to come. One of them was the one they were wearing on the field.
Okay.
Then another one's a fitted one. It says Super Bowl champions on the side.
Nice.
Then I bought another shirt where it says Super Bowl champions. It has the roster on the back. Then I bought the 2 pint glasses with the Super Bowl roster on it.
Nice.
There's going to be a lot more to come.
I'm sure, yeah.
Because the only one I bought from when they won it back in 2017, I bought the long sleeve Super Bowl shirt, and I bought the roster glasses, and I bought another short sleeve Super Bowl champ shirt. I was going to buy a bunch of shit. Did I buy anything wrestling related? I don't know if I talked about it. Yeah, I bought. Did I tell you about the Timeless Tony Storm?
No.
So I bought Timeless Tony Storm.
Nice.
I needed a fucking fig protector for the CM Punk that you got me.
Oh, okay.
So I was waiting for it to go in stock, so I bought a Switchblade Jay White.
Nice.
Because, dude, the fucking pictures do not do them justice in person. They're so much better in person.
Yeah.
And then I bought my nephews. One of them got a new Logan Paul figure that came out.
Okay.
and the other guy, the Yeet version of James.
Oh.
So that was very popular in the house on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, and then also I unlocked certain guys for them on WWE 2K24.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they had a code in their fucking booklet
Yeah.
for the Nightmare Family Pack, which gave you Dusty Rhodes,
Oh.
Dash and Cody Rhodes, or Undash and Cody Rhodes, Stardust,
Okay.
and Superstar Billy Graham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I was
The kids really knocking down the door to play as Superstar Billy Graham in a video game?
Luca fucking loved it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He kept going. He goes, because I was talking like Dusty.
Yeah.
And he goes, that's right. Nobody's going to beat Superstar Billy Graham. I was like, let's go.
Is like that stuff in the game? Like it's like they take stuff from Graham's.
No.
Like, oh, he just was making that up. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I know.
So you should show him old.
Because I'm like repeating
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, man of the hour, man with the power to sweet
Yeah.
to be sour. And he, like, because I was
I wonder how they'd respond to those old clips.
So I was talking like Dusty.
Yeah.
And they're going, is that how we really talk?
That's
And I
right,
go,
Daddy.
like, that's right, baby.
Yeah.
Because he comes out, in the version they have him of the game, he comes out in the big purple robe with the floppy hat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's
So
awesome.
He comes out, he's doing like the shit, and
Yeah.
then finally when it goes back to him, he's in the ring without the robe on, and they see the big
Uh-huh.
boil,
The
and they
big
go,
watch.
what is that? I was like, oh, it's Dusty.
Yeah.
And that's nothing, baby,
Birthmark
don't
or
worry
whatever.
about it.
That's right, Daddy. Listen here.
Yeah, so they got obsessed with the way he talks.
Yeah.
Dude, like, Dominic watches old wrestling.
That's awesome.
It's fucking crazy. Like, he's like, I was watching Jake the Snake Roberts the other day. I was like, what the fuck?
You know, I wanted to ask you a question. Did you ever show him the picture of you and Jake?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They went nuts.
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, I was
Yeah.
thinking about that the other day. I was
They
like, we have that
went
picture with
nuts
Jake.
over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to convince my brother-in-law because he wants to take them to SummerSlam.
Okay.
I was
Where
like-
is it?
It's at MetLife.
Oh, okay.
I was like, here's the thing. I go, it could be blistering hot.
Yeah.
You don't know what the fucking temps are going to be. I go, why don't we just take them to like the Fan Fest shit?
Yeah.
They could meet some of the guys. And Dom can meet Dom Mysterio and lose his fucking mind. You
Right.
know, like,
Yeah.
I was like, that should be what we should do.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's cool.
hopefully that works out.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
other than that, I didn't buy anything.
When I went to the bar the other day, to the brewery, the local little brewery, I have my battle vest on and I got my Dusty patch on it.
Yeah.
And the owner was like, "Oh, I love your Dusty patch." And I was like, "Oh, you like Dusty, huh?" And then I rolled up my sleeve and he's like, "Can I take a picture of that?" And my Dusty tattoo.
So I told them that you have a Dusty Rhodes.
Oh,
tattoo.
yeah.
They were very excited.
That's
about
funny.
That. They go, he has a Dusty tattoo.
That's right.
Said, yeah. They're like, well, you have a great Muda tattoo.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah, I do.
That's right.
It's like, teach the dude, they're learning.
Yeah.
It's making me so happy.
Did that, the NWO didn't go up for pre-sale yet, right?
No, but once it goddamn does, I have to get that. I have to get the Chase. Oh, yeah, because that's another thing. I pre-ordered that fucking Vampiro figure.
Did
just
you?
so I can have Dark Carnival.
It's Dark Carnival era,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Because he comes with the alternate head with the juggler.
Yeah.
thing.
It was pre-order? I thought those were all out.
I guess. I don't
maybe
know.
like another shipping of it or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, so I had to
All right.
order that
I mean, you
too,
got to.
so.
Dark Carnival, brother.
I have to.
Woohoo.
What, dude? I might need 2 of each. I might. Fuck.
Yeah.
I might. I don't know.
I'm hoping they're going to hit stores.
Well, because then I showed the kids when Muda joined the NWO.
Yeah.
And Mist and Sonny Ono. They love Muda. It
Yeah.
makes me so happy.
Good.
They're like, Uncle B, he does that cool mist. How does he do it?
He's got a
I'm like,
gland.
oh my God, it's a gland. I go,
That's why he puts the
I go,
hands
we put
there.
the fingers there. Then it depends on what color it is, and I explain the whole mist code. I'm so happy.
Corrupting these children.
Corrupting or
They're
enhancing.
going to go to school and spit on kids. Put Kool-Aid in their mouths and spit on kids to blind them.
Fuck yeah, fuck those kids. All right, that's all I got.
That's it?
Yep.
All right. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being on this 300 episode ride with us for as many episodes as you have been. Thanks to all the warheads out there.
Oh God damn it.
We'll be back next week with the new number 1. No, that's not true. We're not Spider-Man. This has been We Need Wrestling. You can find us online at WeNeedWrestling.com. You can email the show at WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com. You want a question like all the questions we had. Thank you to everybody who sent questions
Yes,
today.
thank you so much. We
That's
appreciate
awesome.
it.
It makes my heart swell like the Grinch or the blocked artery. One of the two. WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com for all that stuff. You can also hit us up in our DMs at We Need Wrestling on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky. That's all that. We have a link tree. You could hunt that down. That's in all our bios and everything. WeNeedWrestling.com. And we're We're a proud member of the soon-to-be-named network at STBN Network, soon-to-be-named network.tumblr.com. That's At Odds with Wrestling, Final Wrestling Place, Longbox Heroes After Dark, our other show, Wings on Wings, which is around, but no more new episodes. We finished that shit. Puzzle Warriors 3, Profane Argument, and et cetera, et cetera. And also a very heartfelt thank you to the godfather of the soon-to-be-named network and everybody there for, having us as a part of their family for these past 6 years. 2019, is that when we started?
I think so.
Or 2018, 2019, something like that. So, because it wasn't 300 weeks ago, because we used to do a lot more episodes. We used to do pay-per-views individually and all that shit.
We sure did.
But no, generally we've built a really great community here, and never thought that I would have near daily conversations with people far away from me or in complete other countries. So
it's fact.
Thank you for all of that, and here's genuinely to 300 more if Brett doesn't get sick of me.
Hey, knock it off.
Later.
Go fucking birds!
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.